Wait, is that what we agreed? Is that Taisto dies in episode 21?
Yep, and it's not up to him.
It was prophesied. It was prophesied by Elephant. Elephant prophesied it, I believe.
Well, maybe we can. Maybe
no, sorry, never mind. No, never mind. It was episode 25. I'm fine. I'm 25.
fine. I got 5 more episodes.
Fine.
Okay, so you're gonna die.
Yes, I still have 5 more episodes.
You're gonna die in the grand finale.
Yeah, and it was prophesied that it's actually Pablo that literally just murders me by being nice to my character for once.
There we go.
Yes.
Pablo, it's all on you. All right. For a potential, who wants to recap what happened last time?
Ooh, we're doing this now, huh?
Uh-oh.
In fact, so it's not abuse. Who has the lowest? Who has the lowest amount of potential and advances, and they can do.
Pablo has the least.
Can I?
The least.
So Pablo, were you paying attention last episode?
I mean, I wasn't there for half of it, so.
I'm sure everyone else can help you out.
No.
So, last episode started. We were in the dark area. Like, we heard about those pesky humans, which happened to include Kagayaki's father.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we went there, but on the way we got. How shall we say? Greeted by some friendly faces. Just wanted to say hi and not just steal everything that belonged to us and then eat us. You know, but we scared them off. At least one of them, and the other was somewhat reasonable, I guess. We went to see military dudes, which let us in their camp, but not before pointing out that our creatures were weird and they didn't like them and they couldn't go inside, but yeah, it's fine. Reunion with Kagayaki's father, yay, emotional scene, hooray, not really, because they're both kind of, well, scientists, dude, but still emotional anyways, yay! And then we were introduced to weird dude that was definitely not evil with the ominous mustache and doing weird experiments on Digimon and whatnot. Pablo and Gazimon were investigating this whole situation when Ghostmon thought it was a great idea to push the scientist off of where he was into the big dangerous goop, whatever that was.
It wasn't that. That's not what happened. Ghostmon
is an idiot.
Ghostmon pulled the lever. Ghostmon pulled a lever, and as a result of that, eventually the scientist was sucked up into the test tube. It wasn't his fault.
It was actually technically Ivo's fault for startling him.
Shut.
Well, really, it was the scientist's fault for making a contraption like this in the first place, but wasn't the smartest move. Let's be real.
Yeah,
anyway,
sorry, go ahead.
Scientist fused with things and became Chimeramon. What? And started destroying everything. But fight happened, and there was a plan. Everybody pulled its weight, and we worked as a team to stop the threat, and save the day, which made Kagayaki and Taisto say, "Good job, friend." And then
The ship sailed.
They absolutely hugged. Naked. Yes. That's what happened.
I don't think that's what happened. You may have.
Yeah, I do remember the ship sailing very clearly.
You may have, started, reading from your fan fiction notes there accidentally, Elephant.
That's what happened. Darn it.
Yeah, you're reading from your future funny comic strip that you're going to be sending us.
Probably.
I think you missed as well the after scenes credit.
Yeah, after scene. What happened after scene?
It's after credits scene. It's a scene that's after
Yeah,
the
I know,
credits.
but ever since
It's
I've-
not the credits that are after scene.
ever since I was little, me and my brother have always called them after scene credits for some reason, and I don't know why. It's just always stuck with me, and I've never been able to get out the habit of saying it. So I always call them after scenes credits instead of after credit scenes. It's just a quirk of my me speaking. So just overlook that for me, please.
Hey, who cares? Who cares? I just said the thing myself, so I won't judge.
Yeah. So the after scenes credit was Myotismon and the Sorcerermon brothers striking a deal.
Oh yeah.
So they like slid across the table a pendant that will make the barrier believe that Myotismon and whoever else wears it is not a virus type Digimon, and so they'll be able to leave freely in exchange for the statue that Myotismon has in his basement. And Myotismon was making that trade because of you guys, because he wanted to secure enough bits to support everybody in his area to live up to his end of the bargain. That was the.
Before we go any further, I just like to point out that you didn't post the stream link.
Ah, yeah, good point. I will post the stream link.
This is now private. If you want to see the stream, please pay us $500 each.
Thank you.
This is not optional. If you are watching this, you have to pay. We will come for you.
Yeah, you're in violation of the treaty.
You can teleport. Just saying.
It's true, you can. There we go.
I'm going to give you the vibe check of your life.
Okay, so where we left off with you guys was the aftermath of the Battle of Chimeramon. So we have blazing fires ripping across the wilderness, melted scrap metal, broken tents, cargo crates that have been blasted in two. There's like a truck that's been lasered down the middle and like sawed in half with that laser. And a lot of human refugees that no longer have a place to stay or any resources. Chimeramon's human component split off from all the Digimon and they returned to normal. The human, which I don't think we named last session, but I'm going to call him Dr. Kriegler.
What trustworthy name.
For sure.
I mean, have you seen that mustache? He's super trustworthy. What are you talking about? He's totally not Dr. Eggman. What? No.
Oh,
But he's been taken into custody the best that they can with the resources they have left, which is basically like some military people watching him 24/7 while he's in handcuffs.
Great.
Because
I'm sure that
everything got blown up. There is no cell or anything to keep him in. Yeah. Well, what are you guys doing in the aftermath of this battle that you had? You caused a lot of... Well, you personally didn't cause a lot of collateral damage, but you allowed a lot of collateral damage to happen in the battle.
I would like to go and check the Digitubes to see if anything happened to those.
The Digimon in the containment tubes.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only... Wait, you mean the ones that were part of Chimeramon or the ones that weren't part of Chimeramon?
The ones that weren't part of Chimeramon, because I remember some explosions and stuff, so I don't know if they're fine. I want to check.
Oh, magic dice. Are they fine?
Oh no.
They are not fine.
No.
5 of them died, in fact.
The area that Kageyaki scavenged for parts to drain Chimeramon's data was where the Digimon were, and Chimeramon literally fired a massive laser beam at that location. Every Digimon inside has been deleted. Unfortunately, there is no trace of them remaining aside from the broken test tubes and green goop everywhere that's now slowly soaking into the sand.
That's awful. Jesus Christ.
Everything is fine, guys. Everything is fine. Remember, they're just digital critters.
On the bright side, the 4 Digimon that were part of Chimeramon have returned to normal and are safe. They're currently in a makeshift hospital-y area that they've set up for humans and those Digimon in particular who they were mistreating. Assumedly, they weren't conscious while they were Chimeramon, but who knows?
Ben seems to be having some kind of trouble with the stream. He's complaining about it in the non-player discussion channel.
Let's have a look.
Pretty sure he's just at school and can watch it there.
I'm pretty sure it's that, yeah.
He'll
Just download the VPN, LMLO.
Wait, is the video actually restricted by country? I haven't done that.
No, I think it's because he's in school or something.
Okay.
I thought it can be restricted, like we're not getting any money out of this.
So, what now?
Oh, well, Taisto at least is trying to help the people who are actually alive to continue to be alive. I assume there are many people who were hurt or injured during the assault.
Yeah.
So he's trying to help evacuate them, carry them to people who might be able to heal. I imagine he's. I imagine a T-posing Zachary is also there to be instructed by him. He has a cute monk. Cute monk knows how to heal things.
Yeah, and he's going through chairs like a Skyrim NPC. They just move out of the way.
So you help some injured people to the infirmary area, Taisto, and you hand off one of the patients to a man who seems to be around your age, maybe a little bit older, and he.
Is it Ainoy?
He has a mechanical leg.
I wonder who it could be.
And he's also wearing a lab coat, and he's doing the checkups and it seems to be some kind of doctor. And when you come in with the man and he takes him off your hands and starts checking him over, he says, "So you're Kageyaki's new friends." And he puts a stethoscope against the guy's chest.
You know Kagayaki?
We used to be good friends. Emphasis on the used to.
What happened? Oh.
He kind of.
What does that mean?
Yeah, let's just say that he abandoned me once I wasn't useful to him anymore. And
I want to see through this person.
Sure.
I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, he seems very bitter towards you in particular, as Kageyaki's new friends.
Of all the people she could choose to say that.
Could you roll to see through him if you want to?
She picked Taisto.
Hey, I like to stir the most shit possible, okay? I'm the game master.
All right. So I have +3 to kind, but I'm also angry, so that means I get 2d6 + 1 because I assume I don't somehow magically have influence over this person.
No, you don't.
That's correct. That's a 10.
Nice. So you fully succeed on your see through somebody move, which means that you get to pick 3 of the questions and ask them.
What does he want me to do?
I think he doesn't want you to do anything in particular. He kind of just wants to vent at you, because he deep down knows it's not your fault Kageyaki left, but he kind of sees it as if he basically wants you to be careful that you don't get abandoned yourself. He doesn't want the same thing happening to you that happened to him because of Kageyaki's mistakes.
Right. How could I get influence over him?
To gain influence over Higgeki, sorry.
Everybody
Higgeki.
was Henry.
Getting my NPCs mixed up in my head. To get influence over Higgeki, I think to gain influence over Higgeki, you kind of have to work really hard for it, because he sees you as like his replacement, right? Like, he was Kageyaki's best friend. They always hung out together. He always helped in the experiments. And then Kageyaki just suddenly left him the moment that his leg got injured. And unbeknownst to him, it's because of guilt, but to him, it's like he just got left behind. So I think to gain influence over Higgeki, you'd have to sort of prove that you're not just like you're not on Kageyaki's side. Like you're on Kageyaki's side, but like not like his pawn. Like you're not just there as his test subject or to tag along until you're no longer useful. Like you have to prove that to him that like there's something more to you, and that you're not just there for Kageyaki, you're there for something greater. And then he'll see you as something more than just Kageyaki's tack on, if that makes sense.
Sure. How could I get him to forgive Kageyaki?
I think it'll take a lot. He firstly needs an apology directly from Kageyaki, and even then that won't fully mend the divide between them. He'll need to see real change in Kageyaki's behavior, and obviously he's got some sort of abandonment issues towards Kageyaki because of what happened, and his injury to his leg. He kind of wants to show Kageyaki that he's still useful as well. So I think those three things. So he wants to show he's still useful to Kageyaki, and prove that he doesn't like need Kageyaki's help to still live as a normal person. And he also wants an apology and to see Kageyaki's behavior change towards other people.
All right. Sorry, I completely forgot what Higgeki said to Taisto before that. He said...
I'm drawing a blank now. He said, so you're Kageyaki's new friends.
Yeah.
What did he say after that? Frig. Sorry, I lost my train of thought as well. Can anyone remember what I said?
So you knew Kageyaki? Well, I used to, my friend. You know?
Oh yeah. He
Yeah,
used to be friends, and but before he.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the used to.
It was emphasis on the used to. All right, let me think for a second. What happened?
He kind of just gives you this like deadpan look, and then like motions his hand towards his leg, and it like lets out this whir, and it like unbolts at the kneecap and lets out some steam, and then bolts back in. This happens when you're close to Kageyaki. You see, he likes to tinker and experiment, and it seems that when you're no longer useful to him, he just decides to leave you be and go off on his own. I'm only here out of a sense of responsibility to his family. Deep down you can see that that's a lie. Like, you can tell that he wanted to make sure Kageyaki was safe so that he could like prove himself. But yeah, he's basically covering for that by saying he's here out of like a responsibility to his job and to his family and everything like that.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Well, I see that you have some unfinished business with Kageyaki, so he's not that bad of a person. Deep down, he's not that bad of a person.
You can stop emphasizing on that.
I can't actually. Taisto doesn't like lying, and on the surface,
Wow.
Kagayaki is a bit of a dick, isn't he?
Understatement of the century.
Kageyaki would like you to believe he's a nice person, but you'll see. Once you're not useful to him, he'll abandon you like he abandoned me.
Are you sure that's what happened?
What do you mean? Am I sure?
I can go and get Kagayaki, and you guys can, hash it out right here. That's what we would like.
No, I don't think I want to see him just yet. He's I don't know. I don't think I can face him as in my current state. I only just got out of the wheelchair when we came to this world. His father made me this leg, and well, it's not gonna last forever now that we can't do experiments on these paracritters.
Digimon. Well, once more, I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you and Kagayaki are able to mend your relationship. I know what it's like when. Anyway, I'm gonna get off your hair now, so you can help these people. But I just wanted to state that I would trust, and I do trust Kagayaki with my life. Don't tell him I said that. and then Daisu walks off.
Okay. What's everybody else doing at this point? Let's check in with Kagayaki.
I am going to be helping my father out with things, since they lost a scientist just now.
Yeah, so what kind of things are you helping out with?
I'm not sure. What are they doing right now? Like,
I think
if they're not doing anything, I can just help them figure stuff out.
Yeah, I think there's two things that your dad's really interested in right now. The first thing is the wider digital world that you explained to him that isn't a barren wasteland. The second is finding his people like a place to take refuge, because obviously they have no shelter or anything and no protection anymore. So basically they're just fending for themselves in the wild at the moment and need shelter. So those are the two things that he's looking to do. Firstly, pick your brain about the whole world, and second, find shelter for his people, because he's the leader here. He led the expedition to the digital world to get you children, and to potentially explore and conquer or do scientific research. That whole jazz.
Well, for shelter, I guess we could try asking Vamdemon. I'm not sure how that would work. Like, this, again, isn't exactly the best place to live.
Yeah, I think
Yeah?
from experience, that if you got them to work for to live with Vamdemon, he would want them to work for him. From experience.
It's still better than nothing, I guess. It's more of a temporary solution until we can get them the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. There's also, like you mentioned last episode, limited capacity in Digimon's small village. Obviously, not everybody can live there, but there's like a small capacity of people that could live there.
Yeah, we can just build more huts. We'll have people. Fuck.
So
first, yeah.
So sorry, go on. I thought you were lulling.
First, we should just get back to Vamdemon and see how things are going to work out now that we can explain the people were just unable to communicate in any way.
I think your dad sits forward and is like, "Who is this Vamdemon you keep mentioning?"
Oh, right. Vamdemon is one of the rulers of this area, something of a lord, basically.
He looks around at the barren wilderness and he's like, "Well, he's done a hell of a job upkeeping it."
Kind of impossible. There's no sun in here, they can't grow shit. It's a miracle they even have food.
He strokes. Does your dad have a beard? I'm picturing him with like stubble. That's some kind.
Yeah, sure.
He like strokes his stubble as he thinks, and he's like, "Sunlight, huh?"
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to create artificial light for a greenhouse or something, but
Didn't you,
yeah,
didn't you mention he was some kind of vampire though?
yeah, I'm not sure that actually affects him or not. Digimon are weird.
Interesting. He like jots down some notes in like a little journal that he's keeping. Perhaps this could be some kind of mutual benefit if he lets us live with him. We could create artificial light for his people and have them start to grow some semblance of crops and maybe start getting this barren wasteland looking more like a utopia.
That could work, yeah, but we'd also have to teach you Digispeak at the very least how to read and write in order to be able to communicate, since after we leave you won't be able to use the translator on the Digivice.
It's very true. I'm sure with our minds together and with all the scrap metal and junk that's falling out of the sky around here, we could figure something out together.
Yeah, now that I have more than 2 hands to work with, it's a lot easier to fix it. Truth be told.
You have an entire team behind you, Kageyaki. You're in charge now, kid, he says, and he like puts a hand on your shoulder. He's like, you know more about this world than any of us. And if we're going to make it out of here alive, we're going to need your expertise. And I think when he says that to you, he sort of has this proud look on his face.
No pressure or anything.
He's increasing your superior. And he's lowering your reckless.
I'm gonna have to say no to that. Otherwise we'll be in trouble.
So if you're going to say no to that, why would Kageyaki reject the notion that he's in charge and he knows more than everybody else?
Well, that's a bit too much pressure to have on one's shoulders right now. It's already a fucking mess as it is.
So
I'd rather be a co-captain than a captain.
So it's less about him not knowing, but more about him having too much pressure being in charge because he's not used to it. Or at least he's been in charge too much and he's figured out that people don't listen to him as much as he'd like, or something along those lines.
It's slowly getting bent out, slowly realizing he sucks at it.
Cool, so roll a flat 2d6 to reject your father's influence.
9.
Cool. On a 9, you do reject their influence, and you get to... Where is it? On a 9, you choose one of the options. So it's either you clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong, shift one of your labels up and one of your labels down of your choice to show how you feel about yourself, or cancel your father's influence over you and take +1 forward against them going forward.
Cancelling his influence is pretty fucking stupid, so I'll just edit my tags.
Okay, what are you going to raise and lower instead? How does Kageyaki see himself?
I'm going to drop unique since I want to be a co-captain, and raise superior since I don't mind the fact that he wants me to try and lead it by itself. It's more so trying to do it solo, that's the issue.
Right, okay, that makes sense. So what do you say back to him when he basically says you're in charge and looks very proud at you?
Okay. Let's do this as a team. Not solo, thank you very much.
So your voice cut out or went weird there with your microphone. Could you just say that again?
Okay, let's do this more as a team rather than a solo thing, please.
Let's do it as a team. Sorry, your microphone keeps going like weird, fuzzy, and I can't quite hear what you're saying. I don't know if it's just
Yes,
mine.
let's
Everybody else
do
getting that?
this as a team.
As
Okay.
a team.
Let's do this as a team, not more of this solo thing, please. Is what he said. I think.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if it's just my end because I've just installed new internet, so like the microphone on
No, it's not just
Higeki's
you.
end was going very fuzzy, and I couldn't make out what he was saying at certain points of it. But yeah, so your dad, he kind of. I feel like he has this sort of look on his face where it's not like he's disappointed or anything, but it's more like he's frustrated for you that you don't want to be in charge. I think he wants you to take that next step and have that responsibility of like leading your own scientific team and all that kind of jazz to sort of follow in his footsteps. But he sort of steals his resolve and is like, very well, we can lead together. And he sticks out a hand to like shake yours and says, we'll do this as a team. We'll make this barren wasteland a utopia in no time. And he gives you like a wink.
Perfect. I return the handshake.
Cool. Right, so first things first, I guess. We need to make a prototype, otherwise this Vamdemon won't believe us at all. And he sets off to sort of collect scrap metal and whatnot. I don't know if you're going to go with him or if you're going to try doing something else.
I'll go with him since Dorumon can excavate real nice.
Okay, cool. We'll make a roll in a little bit to see what you excavate and whether it's good enough to make a contraption quickly or whether it's going to take some time. We'll cut now to either Pablo or Sonia. Give whoever speaks first and see what you're up to.
I don't know if somebody wants to go first,
You can go for it.
or you.
Well, I said I was checking on the Digimon and I saw that they were not okay. So
Yeah,
I'm
they're
going
very
to
not okay.
I'm going to be brooding somewhere that we didn't make it in time. I don't know if Pablo's on the way or not.
Oh, that's right. Where the fuck am I exactly?
Wherever
You're in the ruins.
You're wherever you want to be within the ruins, basically. So there's lots of refugees and fires to put out. There's broken buildings and lasered in half crates and trucks and stuff. And then there's like Taisto in the infirmary talking to Higgeki, Kageyaki with his father, talking to the scientists and gas scavenging.
Thanks.
And then Sonia sulking in the corner.
Yeah, that makes sense. I suppose Pablo, with Gazimon or Dark Tramon or Lynxmon, would probably be, patrolling the area, trying to see if, there's anything dangerous nearby or anything.
So you're trying to like keep the area safe while there's no.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the right word for it, but like looking out. You know what I mean?
Sure. I think there's obviously a lot of very, very hungry Digimon, like casing the place, especially after the humans, like kidnapped a whole bunch of Digimon that were their prey, and forced them to be quite hungry. And I think the humans are probably next on the menu, so having like a Dark Tyrannomon or a Lynxmon of some kind patrolling the area might be off-putting to them if they can't gather up enough numbers to work together to take you on.
Yeah.
I think you see them constantly shifting in the dark areas of the dark area. That's probably the worst way to put it, but like in the shadows behind like scrap heaps and stuff, you like see you see like a bunch of like Devidramons and some smaller Digimon like some Psychmon and some Black Agumon that are sort of looking very, very hungrily like past you, and they're like trying to find ways around you to get to the place without having to expend too much energy traveling like the entire perimeter to get around you.
Yeah.
you know it's only a matter of time before they start amassing enough Digimon to take you on. What are you doing about that? Or are you just watching patiently until that happens?
I feel like maybe I would go ask like for help because I don't think I can take them on if they try and attack.
Who do you ask?
Fuck. I was gonna say Zachary, but like he's T-posing.
I mean, you can still ask his character, and we'll just like.
Yeah, but I guess it's kind of lame if he's not here. So.
Yeah, I mean the Sonya.
I guess I'll ask Taisto.
Oh, Taisto, yeah, you can go for Taisto. So Taisto's currently in the infirmary. If you leave your post, there's a chance the Digimon might just take that opportunity. So how are you talking to him? Oh, I mean, you do have the Digivices, don't you? You can talk through the Digivices.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I always forget that you like have basically like a telephone.
We have phones. Yeah.
Remembers.
I'm just gonna send a message, I guess.
Cool. What do you say to him?
Hey Taisto, I need help, watching the border because I think some Digimon might try and attack. Did you come here, dumbass?
Wow.
Be right there.
Now, out of curiosity, Pablo, like Taisto's your rival, right? How does it feel to have to ask your rival for help, like to Pablo, like? Because obviously,
I feel like
you don't want to show weakness.
Yeah, I feel like because of the dire situation, you can like put your honor aside and be like, okay, I need help. I can't do this alone, right? Too dire of a situation.
So because of the do or die situation, you don't really care that Taisto's your rival.
Yeah,
you just care that he's powerful enough to help.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, you guys meet up on the borders and do your patrols. And now that there's 2 Digimon there, and I think they see Taisto's Digimon digivolve with the power of his Digivice, and they realize that he's a Digidestined, they start to back away because they know the rumors about the Digidestined and how they're here to purge the dark area and kill the
Not again! No!
It's
the replay.
It's the story that they've been told their entire lives by not just like their people, but by the people that put them in here too. So yeah, I think they start getting weary of you guys and give you a wide berth. Meanwhile,
That's good.
while that's happening, Sonya, you're all alone. Like, Kageaki's left to go scavenging. Taisto and Pablo have left to go and patrol the area. And Zachary is just T-posing on top of one of the tents that are burning down. I don't know what he's doing really.
One of us is having
He's
fun.
in the dimension right now. I can't leave him be.
Well, you said you were sulking. I think Pillowmon, like, pops out from under your hat, and she's like, "Hey, Sonya, you've been real quiet lately. You all right?"
I'm fine. Just, I'm worried for those Digimon. I'm a bit sad. Well, bad things have happened,
Yeah, I didn't realize that humans could do things like that. I thought they'd all be like you, kind and friendly and just wanting to have a good time with everybody, right? But
If only that were
it
true.
seems that not all humans are saints like the legends tell of. There's some that are not so good, like some Digimon are.
Yeah, well, Digimon and humans are not so different in that regard. There's all kinds of us, Some are nicer, some are less nice. Well, it's complicated. Some are both, I guess.
I just get this weird feeling I've never had before. I don't know if I can trust them anymore. They don't seem very nice. And I've never mistrusted anybody before, as far as I can remember. Everyone's been so lovely to me. They all threw rocks at me, and
What?
it was wonderful. I've never had such a warm greeting before in my whole life, as far as I can remember.
Throwing rocks at you is super. Well, if it's a good memory for you, I won't. That's a bit weird. Did you like being thrown rocks?
No, it really hurt, but they said it was a greeting in this world, so I've been throwing rocks at people ever since. But then they complained, so I didn't want to hurt them, and now I've been throwing water at people whenever I can.
That's what happened last time. So I guess those Digimon probably played a prank on you. You know, like Ghostmon does sometimes.
Oh, geez, I'm glad I wasn't on the other end of a Ghostmon prank. I've seen what happens to people that need pranks.
Agreed.
They end up dead.
Ghostman hurts people.
Hey, you still don't look okay, Sonia. I'm always very open with you, and I'm always here to listen if you do want to talk. I don't want you to be sad. You're my light in the darkness, you see. And if you go dim, I go dim.
Don't say that. I'm sure I'll be fine at some point. It's just we couldn't save everybody this time, but next time for sure. But I'm a bit worried what would happen if we let those Digimon with the humans. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know them as well, so I'm not trusting them just yet. I know one of them is Kageyaki's dad, so maybe they can listen to us. Well.
I don't know. Maybe we should take the Digimon with us. It's maybe safer. Like,
maybe
once we're gone and they can't understand the Digimon anymore, who knows what they'll do? They might end up back as test subjects again if they can't see eye to eye. I mean, after all, we're not the same species, and I suppose they value their own above ours. And I mean, at the end of the day, aren't we all just pieces of data floating around in a system?
That's deep.
You really pulled the society card there, damn.
We all live in a society.
Well, yes. If only there was a way to bring them back home. Well, if we could go back home as well, we probably would have done that by now. But we'll have to force them to make peace, I guess. If they don't want to be nice, we'll be extra nice for everybody, right?
Right. I'm sure we can bring happiness and joy to everybody. That's why we're here, right? That's the whole purpose of the Digidestined, to make everyone happy. Except the bad guys.
She shudders a bit, remembering those weird dreams she had, but she shakes her head and just nods afterwards. Yes, we're gonna make everybody happy, even you, even the bad guys. Maybe we'll have to find a way that makes everybody happy. Well, we probably should go and see the others. We'll see what they're doing, I guess.
When Pillowmon says that you're going to make everybody happy, does Sonia doubt her ability to make everyone happy? Like, because her version of making everybody happy in the past has been to keep them close to her and not let them go. And they resented her for that. So, does Sonia know what happiness is? Does she know how to provide it to other people? Or is she starting to doubt that in her mind?
You know, for now she's still putting on a brave face because times are difficult and stuff, but the doubt is indeed growing. She's not even sure who she should support or who she should help because, well, she saw the dreams, She saw what happened with the big demons. She saw what happened with the Vortex Warriors. Saw what happened with the humans. She doesn't know what's the guiding light in this mess. You know,
Everything's
things are not
just
being
chaotic.
Yes. So she's not sure what she should do, but she's going to try the best she can for now, because Philemon needs her, and the rest of the gang needs her as well. Need her as well, I guess.
Cool. And I think that chat with Pilamon is raising your kind and lowering your superior. Do you want to accept that or reject it?
Yes. Raising your kind. Yep. Don't see any problems with it.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. So, I think Kageyaki, if you could just give me a quick 2d6 plus unique, and we'll
lovely.
see.
I just dropped that, so that's lovely. That's a 10.
Sweet. So you come back with an absolute gold mine of technology that you couldn't dig out by yourself before because the junk piles were just too deep. But now that you have an entire team backing you and your dad, you've managed to pick apart the junk piles and figure out what's useful and what's useless, and sort of sorted it. And it's been a few hours of you sorting what's good and what's bad, and you're starting to put together a prototype for a light that produces artificial sun, using the debris from the actual scientific base as well. There's a lot of chemicals and glass and filaments and stuff that are just left unable to be used, that you can scavenge and salvage to sort of merge into that project. And you and your dad are very certain you could make a working prototype with by the end of the day type thing, very, very quick, to show off to Vamdemon. And I think it's usually your dad doesn't have much time for you. You're usually at school, he's usually at work. When you get home, he works late and into the night, and he gives you little bits and pieces to work on for him to keep your mind fresh. But you never get to spend time like this together, you and your dad. You never have these father-son moments where you build something together anymore, except for when you were very, very little and he sort of got you into science. And I think this sort of brings back a flood of memories for you of the happy times.
Kageyaki is definitely smiling while they're making this.
Is this literally the first time we ever see Kageyaki proper smile on screen, or has he smiled previously?
Well, he smiled a few times during Triumph and I can speak, celebrations. But this is the first warm, not oh thank God we lived smile.
So it's just a smile of pure joy rather than a smile of thank fuck we're alive.
Basically, yes.
Cool. So we get a little montage of you and your dad smiling and laughing away as you tinker with all the pieces of machinery that your team are bringing you. There's a couple of times where the experiment fails and it poofs smoke into your face and your dad laughs at you, and then you discuss how to make it better, and then there's a bit where you're tinkering and your dad pulls out a blowtorch and shows you obviously you know how to use a blowtorch, but he shows you how to use it as dads do. And you eventually, by the end of the day, I mean it's difficult to track when day is in the Dark Zone, but it's a few hours, and you eventually have a working artificial light. And you flick it on and it flickers on and it glows this dim bluish color.
Oh, that's perfect. Finally, a ray of hope in here. Oh, God.
I think your dad like fist pumps. And he's like, yes! I knew we could do it together. You and me are a great team, son. I'm so proud of you. We can do anything. We can accomplish anything so long as we put our minds together and work as a team. Now, if we can present this to Vamdemon and he takes interest in it, maybe we can figure out our living situation and, well, I mean, once we're set up, you can show us the wider world. You can show us what we're missing out on and, well, why we ended up in this horrible place. I'll never know, but if there's a wider world that's full of wonder, I want to explore it. I want to experiment with it. And don't worry, I know the Digimon are friendly and, well, most of them are friendly and sentient, and I shouldn't tinker with them, but I'm sure there's plenty of raw materials and scrap metal and junk, and, well, half of this stuff seems to be from our world, he says, as he, like, motions towards, like, a fridge buried in the ground, and it's, like, half sawed in two by a laser beam. I don't know how it got here or how it gets here, but if there's more like this, we could do wonders to this world.
Oh,
I think your voice is completely cut out, Higgeki. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Fred also died.
No, Fred!
No, Fred!
My-
CPR, Fred! CPR!
think positive. One of us got a tick on their bingo card.
Yes, I do.
Ah, yes, I get a tick on the bingo card too.
Okay. Oh yeah. This stuff is all over the place, and if anything, the dark area has the lowest quality of appliances I've seen yet. I heard myself speak.
Yeah, I heard you echo as well. Has somebody got their microphone too close to the speakers?
It's elephant. It's elephant.
I scratch my head at you.
Shaking my head, elephant. How dare you?
SMH.
It's so loud, it's going through my speakers.
SMH my head.
My headphones.
So in terms of a more long-term base, there's the first town we actually met. We've helped them grow, so I'm sure they have no trouble housing you.
Wait, you built an entire city and didn't tell me about it? Kid, that's brilliant, he says, and he's like, you have to tell me about it. Where can I find this village, and who lives there, and what kind of food do they eat, and, well, science, obviously. What technology do they have access to? How can we help? And he's like pulling out his journal, ready to like make notes and like motion up ideas.
In that case, I find like something I can set my my projector on, and I start showing him notes and stuff, as well as the map of the place, at least the parts I have downloaded right now. And I give him a rundown as well. They'll be living there, so that will be useful.
He's in absolute awe that there is a jungle in the digital world after what he's seen in this area. He's also in absolute awe that the vines seem to be mechanical and wired-like rather than actual vines. He's also astonished at what you've accomplished in the city, like the fact that it started off as like a small campfire in the middle with some mud huts, and it ended up as a proper city with walls and a full cast of people living there. Like, he's in absolute awe. You tell him about all of the inhabitants there and how you came to meet them, all the help you've gotten from the surrounding villages as they pulled together, as well as the hardships you faced at the beginning, and how you sort of overcame that adversity. And he's in absolute awe at you. Like, he, for the longest time, thought that you were stranded and just kids. Like, you wouldn't survive long without, like, adult help. And,
He's not wrong, technically.
pardon, sorry?
He's technically not wrong.
I mean, you've survived this long and built an entire village, so
Without any help.
I think that's more than he expected when you came to an alien world. At least an alien world.
Yes. But we've only survived because our Digimon evolved into adults.
That's very true. So, Kagiaki,
Yes.
you said something about Digidestined and a tapestry and a prophecy and whatnot, but how do you know that's you? Why do those Digivices, and he like points at the one on your like waistband, why do they only work for you? Like, what makes you so special? I'm not trying to say you're not special, I'm just saying, who prophesized my son would be a great hero?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm mostly rolling with it because it's been working. I'm not sure we are actually the Digidestined that are prophesized, but the fact of the matter is we are the people who can help. So we're helping.
It's very noble of you, Kagiaki. Now, let's get this contraption to Vamdemon. He stands up and like picks up the light bulb. And he's like, let there be light in this dark place, I suppose.
Aha.
Indeed. I am sure everything will be fine when we get there.
I'm sure they will be too.
Raise your flag. Da, da, da. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on to the next person.
Is that the end of that scene?
Yeah, that's the end of that
Yeah.
scene.
Alright.
Kagiaki as well, because at the end of that scene, I don't know if you cleared any of your conditions, but you had 3 marked, so I don't know if you can clear any of them with what you did.
Raid, hungry, and guilty. I don't think so.
Okay. Nice.
Conditions. Angry. Heard someone break something. I don't suppose disassembling materials counts as breaking, so no. I didn't
break
run from
something now.
something difficult. I didn't make a sacrifice to absolve my guilt, so no, nothing.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So, Pablo. Dice says that the two are, patrolling the border of the camp.
Yep.
You've been awfully quiet ever since the incident in the forest with the.
Ah, right. That happened. Thanks for reminding
Yeah.
me. That's helpful.
No, I'm sorry. I was just wondering if there's. You didn't want to talk about it then, but I think it might be helpful if you did get something off your chest.
I
So-
don't know.
Look, I've lost at least one friend to this awful, awful place. Well, it's not very awful, but now it seems awful. But generally, the digital
Oh,
world
we
is
get
just fine. But I've lost a friend to it. I don't know what kind of regrets you seem to be bearing, but I know that those. I think they were called Bakemon or Solomon. I can't remember which ones they were.
It was a mix of the two.
Pretty sure it was Big One.
It was what?
It was a mix of the two.
Oh.
It's a mix of the two. All right, those Bakemon and Solomon, they don't bring out the best of memories when they get you. And had Sonia not been there for me to tell her or to talk to me, I would have been in a much worse condition than I was able to get out. So I'm trying to offer you a chance to talk about it, to get through it, because I know everyone needs a friend in these times, and here I am. So on with it, man. Tell me what's bothering you.
Give me a sec.
I need to watch the previous episodes real quick.
3 hours later. No, I guess I also, lost a friend, but I don't.
Happened.
I don't know. It's weird.
Is it your fault?
Guess I tried doing something nice, and because of me, he isn't with me anymore. They shouldn't have done that, and it's my fault.
Did you do it without asking him?
Sure did.
So what was it? What did you do? Tell me.
Do we have to tell the whole backstory again? Shit. I was scared he had to go away, and then I guess fear, I ended up pushing him away, and I don't think I'll ever see him again, and I don't know.
Pretty rough.
Sure is.
I never thought I also never thought that I would see Einari again until that time when we were battling Vamdemon. When this completely unexpected boy that I was set out to hate from the very beginning, because he was our opponent, he was our enemy, he was going around destroying villages and leading a warband of Digimon, and was helping Vamdemon destroy everyone. All the Digimon friends that we'd met turned around and it was my friend. I never thought that I would see that. I would have seen that happen. So maybe one day you will also meet this friend of yours again.
As an enemy that's causing chaos, that's not encouraging. But...
Well, let's hope he isn't. Well, let's hope that he isn't causing too much trouble for us.
Yeah.
But life has a certain way of being able to do these kinds of weird, unexpected things. So maybe one day you will also meet your friend again, and then you can apologize. Because that's, after all you can do at this point, is to apologize and ask for his forgiveness. You think you might be able to do that?
I'll try, Casca. Thank you.
Well, let me be hope for you yet then.
I feel like it's time for a dramatic interruption of the scene, but...
I'm just going to say, because you share a vulnerability with somebody, you get to mark a potential and give them influence over you, and you can hold
don't have the playbook opened. I suck. Let me open it real quick. I was unprepared. Alright.
So you mark potential, and I get to fuck you up because I already have influence over you.
Epic. Fuck me.
And then
fuck me up indeed.
You have 2 holds, which is basically like 2 tokens basically, and you can spend those tokens to help Taisto as if it was team from the team pool, and it doesn't count as using team, so you can double up if you want to, or I suppose because of your abilities, triple up on using it.
That's interesting.
To give someone a +3, well, Taisto a +3.
Did I have? Do you think I also comforted or supported Pablo?
Yes, I think you did. So you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But, well, let's first fuck him up. So I want you to increase your kind and lower your superior.
Let's fuck you up, but I comforted you, right?
Yes, but I did comfort
kind is already. You said raise kind and lower what?
Superior, but
Okay,
since
so
your
kind
kind is already max,
is-
you actually get a condition. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Unless they reject your influence, I guess.
Nah, I'm
Oh,
not
right,
rejecting
this
this spell.
is
I'm not
the best
bullshitting. I'm not
mechanic.
bullshitting that.
Your
Also,
superior,
then
your superior doesn't lower, Pablo.
Oh.
It just stays the same because the kindness is too high.
The other one didn't work. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't get to fuck me
then
up.
next.
Mostly. What condition do I mark?
True.
Which condition do you want to mark, Pablo?
I insecure, I guess fits.
Okay.
That makes sense. Then I'm going to not fuck you up. I'm going to confidently support you. I have a +3 to kind, and I have influence over you, which makes it 4. But I also am angry, so that reduces it to +2. Here we go, and that's a 6. So unfortunately, I don't get to give you 2 more potential. I'm sorry, I tried.
Potential for you, at least, I guess. That's something.
That's kind of not what I wanted. I wanted to give you potential. You
take what you can
dinosaur
get.
you
Trust me.
dinosaur
You could be
loving
much
Pablo,
yourself.
and you're getting closer to
South
death.
American.
4 more potential, I swear. I
Okay,
need to get
so you rolled poorly. So I get to
6. Yeah.
fuck you up in the words of
Oh, thanks.
in the words of
Classic.
you guys.
How the turntables.
Let me have a think. I think while you're comforting and supporting Pablo, and he's opening up to you and telling you about his hardships and whatnot, like you when you start talking about the Soulmon and the Bakamon and whatnot, all those horrible memories of the fire at Einari's family home come back to you, and you start. I think you start like a tear like escapes your eye like unintentionally, and Pablo sees that, and he's like, I think he thinks you care too much right now. You're getting too invested
I know
in
if
his
I
life.
think that. Don't put words in my mouth or in my brain.
And I think it was very unintentional that like while you were sort of comparing pasts and what happened, like that it wasn't intentional to show that emotion leak out, and I think it makes you feel insecure as well, Taisto.
Sure. I think it's more that I think it's not necessary because Taisto is afraid of how Pablo sees him, but more because he does remember what happened and he remembered his moment of weakness, and he's still a bit insecure about that. He's actually a lot insecure about that, if we're being honest. But yeah, let's see what else. How is our day going to turn to worse, from bad to worse?
Suddenly, Zed Millenniummon shows up.
Oh no.
So I think it's like at this moment when you're like sharing your heart to heart that abruptly like Kagiaki and his dad interrupt you, and they walk over to you with this big bright blue light bulb.
What's that?
That is an artificial light for a greenhouse.
I've never seen a light bulb in my life. Please explain.
Don't care. Moving on then.
Sorry, I was trying to find some less depressing music.
That's fine. We need some more upbeat music, I guess, to present this.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a light bulb before in my life. So could you please explain how this is useful to us?
Okay, so there's this thing, a foreign concept called the greenhouse, where you can raise plants for food.
Yes. Yes.
But we don't have the sun here.
Right.
Following?
Yes.
So we made a lamp for it.
Yes.
So that we can grow food here, in this place.
Okay.
And the people can stop starving. Okay?
Oh, that sounds actually very good. I'm actually surprised that you care so much, Kagayaki.
I've been trying to build this thing since we got here.
Right. Well, amazing work. Nothing more to add to that. Obviously, we couldn't have done it without you, and now we might be on our track to actually save this place.
Yeah, we basically just need to show this to Vamdemon and give him proof that we can actually help.
Yeah, I kind of want to see his smug face when we present this to him and show him that we actually do want to help him out, help everyone out.
How do you think he will interact with the artificial sunlight? He's a vampire.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? Anyway, are we ready?
Yeah, I think
we are.
I think Sonia starts walking up the hill towards you after.
Guys, I cut Zachary again.
Oh no! What is he having one of his episodes again?
Yes.
She's just she's dragging Zachary by the ankle, and he's just T-posing with his back in the sand.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, someone strap him down to the side of the side of Sanglubmon, and then we'll go.
Oh, fair.
Okay. Cutemon?
Now, you guys, you remember how Zachary reacted to Vamdemon last time, and he was very, very hostile, and it could hurt negotiations having Zachary in the room. What's Zachary's role while you guys are haggling with Vamdemon so that he's not ruining your trade deal?
We'll tie him to a pole and have him wait and keep the paper there.
That's a little bit mean, but
we could fill a helium balloon, and then because we need to keep it around, we could tie it to Zachary and just use him as a weight, as an anchor to the helium balloon.
Ooh,
that would be useful.
Yeah,
I don't know what we use the balloon for, but you know,
intimidate the opponent with this powerful technique.
No, but seriously, guys, like, I know that we joke that Zachary T-poses because he's not here very much, but yeah, if he could have an actual job to do so that we can tell him that he's been doing something when he comes back.
Yes, I think Zachary would be most useful if he stayed here and helped heal people. He does still have Cutemon around, and Cutemon can heal people. Well, Digimon, but you know, maybe it works on humans. I don't know.
No, it works on humans. We've confirmed it.
Or we could bring him to the castle, and he can help out with the baby Digimon and the child level Digimon while we're dealing with Vamdemon.
Sure, sounds good. I'll write both of those down, and if he joins us next session, I will have him discuss which one he did.
I love your humor.
All right.
Cool.
While T-posing.
Yes.
Yes.
He's teaching all the young Digimon how to T-pose to assert dominance in the dark area so they can survive better.
It's spreading.
Yes. Bonus points if you teach him to float away as well.
Alright.
Yeah, so you guys travel back across the wilderness. All the Digimon that were stalking you beforehand are giving you the biggest, widest berth possible because they know you're the Digidestined now and they don't want to be deleted. They probably saw what you did to that Chimeramon, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm not as strong as that thing." So yeah, they're very scared of you, and whenever like you catch one off guard and start approaching towards it, like it will see you turn around, whimper a little bit, and sort of just startledly run away. How does it make you guys feel as supposed heroes, seeing everybody run away from you in fear?
Oh, I know that's useful. Cool. I know this is really useful, but it doesn't exactly feel great to have them covered.
It feels fucking cool while you're about.
Later. We can fix that later. Yeah. Right now it's helping.
Yeah, we can deal with that later. We need to show them first that we care and that we're here to help and not purge.
Sonia isn't particularly surprised by this. kind of used to it by this point.
Cool. So you eventually make your way back to Myotis Mansion, or I'm trying to think of an alliterative way to like have Vamda something, but there isn't one coming to mind, so I'm just going to call it.
Did you just say Myotis Mansion?
Yep. Oh. I couldn't think of an alliterative way of saying that with Vamda at the front.
Okay.
Demon King's Castle.
So we're going to have the inconsistency that it's called Myotis Mansion, even though it is Vamdemon.
Oh boy.
Cool. You guys make it back to Myotis Mansion, and this time you get to enter through the front door.
Wow.
You are invited guests. The Dark Lizamon, they sort of like usher you in. You see when you get close to them that they're actually wielding like these dark flame spears that they're just holding in their hands. So they look like proper like imperialist guards, which is kind of cool. And they lower down the drawbridge and let you across the would-be moat that's absolutely empty, and into Vamdemon's home. This time, sorry about my dog.
Alright.
One
That
second.
is a Borg.
I've just got to deal with my dog. 1 second, 2 seconds.
It went Borg.
Rolo,
It Borg.
please stop it.
Arr. Arr.
Right, you have a new party member. He's going to be playing Zachary. Zachary,
Wow.
Zachary starts
He's
growling and
Digimon.
barking outside the windows of Myotis Castle.
Take it as you will, that's less weird than the usual.
Yeah, sorry. This time you go to Myotismon's office instead of his dining room. It's a very ornate room with the usual crimson red carpets. He has bookshelves filled to the brim with several different books. A lot of them history and politic related. Some of them fantasy fiction. Apparently he's collected them as they've fallen through from the real world. Myotismon sat behind a very large, ornate-looking oak desk. And it's sort of rounded on one side, so it's a semicircle shape. He's sipping on a glass of what you hope is wine. And
Haven't
Yes,
seen anything blue
that's-
yet.
Well, they're very distinct.
he's currently signing what looks like a little contract as you enter. And the moment he sees you, his eyes light up and he says, "Ah, friends, guests, come, take a seat, take a seat. You'll be very happy with what I've done. I've lived up to my end of the bargain, and I hope you've lived up to yours," he says as he gives you a sort of look of like, if you haven't, I will snap your neck.
Yeah, we lived up to it and then
You
some.
can try. Oh, we did make a lot of progress, but since you seem so proud of your achievements, let's start with that first.
Well, I'll have you know I sold one of my most prized artifacts, and in exchange, I received a way to help the people of the land. I've also alleviated the need for me to use so many bits, and I'm now able to share those with the denizens of my area. They will be well fed, and they will grow with time into much greater Digimon than they are now. I believe this is more than living up to my end of the bargain. So what of the humans, Taisto?
Sorry. That sounds way too good to be true. If you had this, way of getting rid of all of your need for bits and stuff, why haven't you done so already?
Well, there simply wasn't a seller. You see, well, this artifact of mine was very, very, very rare, he says. And he's like, I'm a collector, you see. I scavenge artifacts from both the digital world and elsewhere that fall into the Dark Zone. And that one was one of the most prized possessions I've ever taken. And I had to sell it to live up to my end of the deal.
Out of curiosity, what was it?
It was a
Nothing
very-
important.
It was a very immaculately kept statue.
That's you,
It
you're
was the
saying?
shape. It was in the shape
You
of
said statue.
a large celestial Digimon. I was using it as the focal point of my hatred towards them.
It was there all along. Oh no.
Once I got it-
Sorry.
Once I got it, it gave me nothing but trouble, you see. They the thing was cursed and a dark monster haunted it, and I've been using my bits to keep that monster at bay, which is why everyone donates those bits to me. And well, I found a buyer. Like, somebody came along and made a very good deal.
Ceremony.
And I sold it. And I think I got a very good deal out of it. It was the Sorcerymon Brothers, and I know you told me to be weary of Ice Devimon and the Sorcerymon, but they made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and this was the only way that I could properly live up to my end of the bargain. And well, I'm a man of my words, so even if it hurts me in the long run, I sold my most prized possession to help the denizens of my land. I thought you'd be mad at him. That's on us. I thought you'd be more pleased. You look.
Where
angry.
Are the? Do you know where the Sorcerymon are?
Not angry.
Do you know where the Sorcerymon are?
They hauled the statue off into their pocket dimension. They were going to do something with it. I don't really know what, but so long as it's out of my hands, it means that I've freed up a ton of bits, and I can start making this place prosper again.
Do you know how we might be able to get there? We need to get that statue back right now.
But I thought you'd be pleased. I sold it so that I would be able to protect the people of this land. Isn't that why you're here?
Explain it to you?
That doesn't matter. We don't have time to explain it. We just need to get to the statue right now. Do you know how to do that?
Well, I'm not one to go back on a deal I've made, but I suppose if you don't involve me, it's none of my business.
That's exactly right. Get it?
Yeah, he strokes his chin as he thinks, and he's like, "Okay, very well." He says, "The Sorcerymon Brothers have been very good to me, but I suppose if they're up to no good, and well, if you want to stop them, I'm no man to stand in the way of a vendetta." He says, "Now, if you go down to the basement, I'm sure one of my servants can lead you there. In fact," he stands up, "servants be damned, I will lead you there myself," he says. And he's like, "I have many books of the arcane, and I will figure out a way to open a portal to their pocket dimension. It may take some time, but I'm sure some residual energy and data from when they left is still in this room. I could extract some and, set something up for you guys. Just, make sure you don't mention my name when you appear."
Of course.
We'll do that.
After all, this isn't actually your fault.
Really quickly,
in exchange for me opening this portal, I assume you have something of equal value that I might be able to benefit from.
Oh, that we do.
Well, as it happens, Kagayaki here invented sunlight. Kagayaki?
Yeah, okay, so are the people with us?
Yes, you brought sorry, my dog's barking. You brought your dad with you, as well as a couple of scientists, and they have the light bulb on them.
Okay, so we both solved the misunderstanding with the humans, since the issue our digivices translate digispeak and they couldn't communicate. And on top of that, we found a way to create artificial sunlight which will help grow crops outside your castle.
Sunlight, you say?
Yes, I'm not sure how it affects you, because you're...
He walks over to the bookshelf, pulls off a large book, and on the front you see Dracula written across the front.
Man.
He flips to a page, and he says, "It says here that sunlight burns. I wouldn't want to hurt either myself or the denizens of my land with this
about
sun from your universe."
About that, first of all, it's artificial sunlight, so we're not sure how it interacts, but I'm pretty sure that's an issue for you specifically, because you're very similar to the human concept for a vampire, which is the Dracula written there in that book.
I see.
And on top of that, the artificial sunlight will be in an enclosed space called the greenhouse. So not everyone will be in its path.
I see. He thinks on it and is like, "You have yourself a deal. If you can mass produce these for me, we'll be very happy indeed. It'll be a nice fallback plan."
Regarding that, our human companions right now don't have a place to stay, so if you can give them refuge in the empty room inside your castle, they have no issue, right? You don't have any issue helping make more of this, right?
Yeah, I don't think any of them object, so long as they have a place to stay that isn't a barren wasteland full of sandstorms and monsters that want to eat them.
Now, you sadly won't be able to really communicate yet, because we haven't gotten the time to teach them how to read and speak in Digirunes. But they will be able to help practically.
I don't feel that'll be a problem, Mayatasmon says. I have a book here from, I assume, your world. It shows human hands in it, and I've never seen many Digimon with hands like mine. He flicks through the book, and flicks through his bookshelf and pulls out a thin book, which is the basics of sign language for dummies.
This is amazing.
Okay. Oh, that's convenient. Wow.
That is amazing. You can communicate, that's great. That's even better than I expected.
Does your dad know sign language?
Even if he doesn't, someone on the team has to.
Well, if he
That's
has the
not
book
true.
anyway, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
But yeah, like, someone in the team definitely has to know sign language. They can't be that incompetent.
I knew this book would come in handy someday. You see, the art of negotiation is being able to speak the same language, am I right? He says he gives your dad a devilish smile. And I think your dad sticks out a hand and he's like, "Pleasure to be on board. Vamdemon, was it? Lord Vamdemon to you," he says as he shakes.
Lovely. Okay.
About that
says-
portal?
But yeah, we're in a hurry,
he-
so please.
He says, "Yes, without further ado, I'll take you there." And he starts walking out of the room, and he looks back and says, "Well, you coming? You haven't got all day."
Yes.
He marches you down to his basement. It's a lot dirtier than the rest of the house. There's cobwebs everywhere. It's dusty. There's like books and chalk and like weird contraptions everywhere. And there's a whole host of things covered in like this these white sheets. With these white sheets have dust all over them, but it's presumably part of Vamdemon's collection of artifacts and stuff. He says, I absolutely apologize for the mess. I don't allow my people down here. This is a very private area of mine, and, well, when you're in your element..." He like motions to the entire room being a mess. But he picks up a piece of chalk as quick as he can find one, and like starts sifting through the books to try and find the one that he needs. And he says, "I apologize, this may take a while. It's not every day that you have to open up a portal to another world." And he
Flame Wizardmon help.
potentially, do you want to give me a unique roll and see if you can?
Not really,
No.
to be entirely honest.
Does Dormon have to go to Matadormon to help as well?
Pardon, sorry?
Let me just.
Would Dormon have to go into Matadormon in order to help as well?
You won't be able to digivolve directly into Matadormon in this situation because of the digivolution rules in the game that we've put in place.
That is why I'm asking if he needs to go into Matadormon to help.
I don't think
point
his
was that
prior
you
forms have the
can't.
permissions necessary to know like magic and digicode and all that kind of stuff, do they?
Actually, on second thought, I'm pretty sure that there's no way that Flame Wizardmon would be able to help in this situation. It's just hopeless.
Okay. Speaking of, Flame Wizardmon's missing.
He what?
He's missing.
What?
He's not with you guys
Not
at the
the
moment.
fucking time.
Where
Use your Digivice.
is he? I want to. Taisto noticing that the Flame Wizardmon is nowhere to be seen.
Use your Digivice.
Picks up his Digivice. Christ, guys, give me a second. Picks up his Digivice to look through it and try to see what Flame Wizardmon is seeing. Where is Flame Wizardmon?
You see through his eyes, and it sort of blears into focus, and you see 2 red Vegemon in aprons cooking some kind of brothy, soupy-looking thing.
Oh no!
And Ghostmon's floating over them, going rubbing his little ghost ethereal hands together in front of his face, obviously planning his next prank.
Oh my god! No. I'm going to get him. Sunwigmon, let's go.
No! Leave this to me. And Taisto starts running bolts in the direction of the kitchen.
Okay, I can speak Digirons. I can help then.
None.
With Vamdemon.
Yeah, so like Vamdemon hands you a book, Higgeki, and these Digirunes, they're like way more advanced than anything you've seen before. You know, like basics like how to throw a fireball, how to bring elements into the world. This is literally opening like a rift between dimensions. And like
But I do have my notes.
You do have notes, and you can take notes on what Vamdemon's doing, but it's not something that's very easy to pick up. You can definitely assist. He will like direct you, and you can like draw the runes where they need to be and whatnot. But it's very advanced stuff and very complicated. He's like several layers of runes that he has to put together in a big circle, in the specific order in a specific location. And then he like needs like the essence from the place that he wants to open a portal to, which he's managed to obtain from his office this dining hall where they left previously.
Okay, and I can definitely help more on the programming side.
Yeah, definitely. So you can start like infusing the runes with programs, and that's like your area of expertise. Sonia, Pablo, what are you two doing while Kageyaki's like nerding out with Vamdemon and Taisto's running off to catch Ghostmon in the act before it's too late?
I don't know.
We should probably go help Taisto?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I should return the favor.
Yes.
Sure, I'll go help Taisto.
Let's go do that.
Yay. Happiness.
Okay, so you leave Kageyaki to nerd out, and you guys head towards the kitchen. And as you approach, Taisto notices it first, obviously, because he's pretty far ahead compared to you guys. You like notice that amazing smell coming from the kitchen again. And when you actually get into the kitchen, you notice that while Ghostmon was going for a prank initially, he's slowly floating towards the broth instead, mesmerized by the smell.
Sus.
But trying to stay hidden from the red Vegemon, waiting for them to turn their back so that he can slurp it all up.
Can I defend the broth against
stop.
Ghostmon?
We should
Yes, defend the broth.
comfort the broth, please.
All right. All right. I want to. So as Taisto bursts to the scene, notices that Ghostmon is slowly lowering himself into a broth bath. To slurp all the broth. He stands in the doorway dramatically and points at Ghostmon and says, "Ghostmon, stop!"
Does Ghostmon stop?
Does he?
Could you roll to provoke Ghostmon?
Oh no!
With a +1 because you have influence over Ghostmon.
Oh, I thought you were provoking the broth. All right.
Oh no! This isn't gonna end well. Okay.
Was it a 6? Sorry, or was that an old roll?
No. Straight up roll. It's a 7. I barely hit it. Thank you.
Okay, so I can either have him stumble, hesitate, or overreact. I think he stumbles. So I think you literally yell out, "Ghostmon!" and then he like jolts and knocks the broth, and it looks like it's about to tip over.
Not the
but
broth.
He does
Defend.
he does like stumble in his efforts to slurp up all the soup, but it's gonna get spilled if you don't do something. Pablo, Sonia,
no.
it's on you. Do you want to dive in and save the soup?
Save the day. This is the most important thing happening.
This is the most important part of the episode, obviously.
Clearly. Fuck Vamdemon. I'm with the broth.
Go, Pablo, do it. You can save the
Hey,
broth.
yeah, sure. Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Roll
guess
to
I
defend the red Vegemon.
Well, how do you do that?
I launch myself head first into the floor and try and grab it.
Cool.
Slide beneath it, you know what I mean? I don't know how to
Roll.
say
Isn't
it.
that boiling?
Roll to unleash your powers then. To get there.
Which
in time.
is...
Isn't that broth boiling, by the way?
What fucking roll is that?
It's unique.
Fuck.
Oh my
Fuck,
God.
fuck, fuck.
Oh,
This is gonna be fun. Okay, let me check actually. I'm not getting it wrong.
Wait, he wasn't defending the broth? I thought he was defending the broth.
The broth isn't a person.
I wish.
So unfortunately you can't
I'm
defend
unleashing
the
my
broth.
powers to broth and
It's when you defend when you defend someone or something from an immediate threat. It doesn't need to be a someone. It can be a something.
yeah, but this is I'm not defending it.
Oh.
I don't try that.
Let's use
Right.
the team and bring everyone, and we can move this.
I would prefer
There's,
the
there's
I would prefer
unfortunately
the potential.
there's unfortunately only one team in the pool until you engage in battle against a dangerous foe.
I would prefer this to grab the potential.
I mean, that broth is boiling. If it falls on
So-
someone's head, they died. They're dead.
Pablo, you mark a potential. And then
Yeah,
we get
you-
the very comedic scene of you sliding your belly along the floor to try and catch this broth, and it tipping all over you. And it's not, like, because it's a cartoon, like, it's not going to burn your flesh off, but it's going to be a very comedic
Dabble.
scene where it lands on your head and you like, yell your head off about being burned, and, like, you turn bright red from it. And when the others lift the big pot off of your head, there's, like, carrots and bits of meat in your hair.
Of course.
Hey,
Pablo!
This is
Silver lining,
Ghostmon's fault.
Ghostmon is laughing his ass off in the air
Oh,
above you.
fuck. Question, is Gazmon here?
Gazimon's definitely here.
Can Gazmon punt Ghostmon?
Sure.
That's an important...
Gazimon punches
That's an important
Ghostmon, and Ghostmon's somewhat corporeal at the moment. So yeah, it connects and
Okay.
shuts him up. But obviously, it's not
Yay.
like a powerful punch that hurts it.
I'm happy.
You just punched fire.
Yes.
Plasma.
I mean, I'm already burned.
Plasma.
Yeah, you punch plasma. It's different.
Yes, you
Which
punched
is
burning
flames.
plasma. That's much
Which is
better.
flames. No, the plasma is burning. That's not how physics works. Anyway,
In the digital world, physics. Are you sure that's a thing?
Sonia is here, right? Sonia can take Pablo for the moment while I give Ghostman a good dressing down, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So,
I want to see this.
Ghostmon, want to see me over yonder in the hallway for a second, please?
Ghostman is in trouble.
He's heard that tone before, and he looks very sheepishly, and he's like, "Not particularly."
Ghostmon,
Look,
in the hallway now.
I just thought it'd be funny, okay?
Now, Ghostmon. Now, Ghostmon.
Okay, yeah. He like reluctantly
Alright.
floats through the wall.
Right. I know we haven't discussed these pranks all too much, but why do you pull these pranks, Ghostmon? Why do you do this?
Because they're hilarious. Didn't you see Pablo's face?
Are they?
Priceless.
Are they hilarious?
Well, I mean,
Do you realize that he was hurt?
but that's half the funniness, right? Like, no
Is it?
pain, no gain.
Is it funny when someone gets hurt?
No. Well, it depends on the circumstance, I guess. Like shooting someone isn't funny, but if they like trip over, that's hilarious, right? Slip on a banana peel and everyone laughs. I'm just trying to put a smile on everyone's face. I don't know if the Vegemon are here like to by choice, and I just wanted to make everyone smile.
I appreciate that you try to do that. I honestly do. But do you remember back at the camp when you pulled a prank? And what happened then, Ghostmon?
People got hurt.
Yeah, a lot of people got hurt. A lot of Digimon too. A lot of Digimon died because of your prank.
I think he looks.
Don't got a shift.
He looks very regretful about what happened, and he's like, "Look, that wasn't my fault. I just wanted to sploosh the guy in some liquid, and then Pablo was there, and I didn't realize, and he tripped and fell in. Like that wasn't my prank. It wasn't my fault." He's trying to defend himself, but like he knows that it is his fault, really. But
you were. Sorry. Now I'm drawing a blank out of character. Did we know how much does Taisto know about Ghostmon's past? I'm not quite sure. The numerous flashbacks have thrown me off about how much my character knows about my character's partner's history.
So what you know currently, since he evolved into Mistymon, is that he has ties to the Vortex Warriors somehow. He's of the world of Witchenly, and that he's on a super secret mission from Witchenly to protect both the digital world and Witchenly from the Ice Sorcerer. And you know that he spent a lot of time at the academy, whatever that is.
Right, thank you. Look, we as the the Digidestined, the chosen ones, we're here to try and help people. You understand that? Of course you do. You, unlike me, you chose to be one of the chosen ones, didn't you? But it comes with certain responsibilities, and one of those responsibilities is that we don't hurt people for the sake of it, or for no reason at all. Of course, we must try to bring joy and happiness and better lives where we go, but it seems that your pranks don't necessarily achieve that. I don't think anyone in that situation was laughing but you, and that's not necessarily how we should be operating. So,
gee, I didn't realize that no one else found it funny. I was just the academy. Everyone was laughing whenever we pulled pranks together, and well, I thought I could bring that.
Even the ones who got pranked.
Well,
even the ones who got pranked.
Maybe not them, but everybody else would laugh, and it would bring joy to everybody else. One person's misery is 50 people's happiness.
But it's not very nice if you are the one who inflicts the misery, isn't it? It's not very nice to do that. Right? You think it's right to do that?
I guess not, he says.
All right.
Maybe.
Well.
Maybe from now on I should just.
For the sake of.
Prank myself. And then
now there's a thought.
A spark flickers in his head, and he's like, "That's genius! I can prank myself. I'll be miserable, and everyone else will be happy." Taisto, you're a genius.
That's not quite what I was going to. Oh no!
No.
Oh no! Look, how about no one is miserable, and we focus on pranks that don't hurt someone else?
But who cares if I'm not happy if everybody else is, right? Like, that's my job. That's my purpose. At least I think it is. And he kind of, when he says he thinks it is, he sort of looks away distantly, like he's trying to remember something, but he can't.
Oh boy. Look, let's put the pranks on ice for now, pun not intended, and just, focus on trying to save all your old friends. We're on our way to, defeat the Sorcererman to get back the statue. We can talk about the pranks later. But right now, we need to save your friends, and to do so, we need our friends to be not drenched in soup. So let's talk about the pranks later. Let's not do pranks for a while. We'll talk about it later. We'll figure it out. And let's hope that no one needs to be miserable. Because I don't want to see you miserable because you're, well, around here it seems like you're my best friend. So
I think when you say that you're his best friend, his face lights up completely. And he takes on a completely different demeanor. Like, he suddenly is full of happiness. And he's like, right, we're going to save the world together. We're going to be best pals while we do it. And he starts floating off down the corridor towards where the library was. And he's like, you coming? We got a world to save, remember?
All right, well, let's go, partner.
Man, I feel like a super secret agent with you. He starts floating down the corridor. Sonia, you're nursing the Pablo's wounds in the kitchen, and he's mumbling under his breath about Ghostmon being a douche and all this kind of stuff. What do you say to him, or how do you help Pablo?
Can't I just bring Cutemon in and do the magic healing instead?
Sounds much easier.
Yeah, okay. You can bring Cutemon in. He's in the castle, and he starts healing Pablo's wounds and whatnot. And you guys make your way back to the library, and see that Vamdemon and Kageaki are very near completing the runes on the ground. There is white chalk everywhere, all over the ground, sprawled out across the place.
Don't just dare step on that, by the way.
Yeah, everyone runs into the room, and Kageaki's like, the chalk, stand back. And you and Vamdemon finish writing the last rune, and Vamdemon stands up, takes out this vial with some data-looking stuff in it, and casts it into the center of the runes. He then speaks what sounds like complete gibberish out loud, and the white chalk begins to liquefy and turn red.
Is that good?
And it pools into the middle and becomes this big spherical orb of red, which then becomes more ovular lens sort of shape. And he's like, the portal's open. You have 1 hour.
What happens if we take too long?
Cool.
The portal closes behind you, and you're trapped in a pocket dimension for the rest of your days.
Lovely. Let's go.
That doesn't sound very good. All right.
Love some good words.
So, you should
We're going now. We don't have time to think.
Does the Digivice do clock as well?
Let's go.
I have a fucking visor. I just set the timer.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Anticlimactic.
Let's not waste any time. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Cool. You step through the blood portal, and it feels really weird.
No. We leap into the portal with our partner Digimon evolving to adult levels as we prepare to burst out and fight everyone. That's what
we need adults.
Sorry, the sound bugged out for 10 seconds there. What happened after the portal?
We're leaping into the portal in an epic, group shot.
Okay, cool.
Okay, time's up. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's like one of those freeze frames before the breaks, and then you burst through the other side of the portal, It feels really weird. It's like jumping into a big pool of blood, so it's really thick and goopy and
blood.
not very
Nice.
nice feeling. But you emerge on the other side, and what you see is not of your world and not of the digital world. It is... The sky is completely white. There are like small huts dotted around the place. There's crooked trees that seem to whisper as the wind blows through them. You swear to God you can hear a very soft meow in the distance, and a wolf howling at the moon, which is very faintly dotted in the sky on the white area. You can just see it because of the craters that it's making. The ground, while it has grass and dirt and whatnot, is littered with runes that are glowing various colors, and there's sort of like this fiery sprite thing floating in front of you.
We're in the pocket dimension, right? Because this is exactly how I would imagine a witching looks like.
It seems to be a pocket dimension themed after Witchenly.
That was.
Oh, so it's not actually Witchenly. It's just like
it was an in character question to be said out loud.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was you asking that. Sorry, my bad.
I mean, I'm not from that, so I don't know.
Right. Well, let's hit on. These rules don't look very promising. So I assume we would be going in that direction. Daisto says and points in a random direction, and starts walking that way.
And then Kagayaki searches.
Should we split up to cover more ground or what?
Can I throw a scan? We're not who we're looking. We know who we're looking for.
Yeah, you scan the environment and realize that a lot of this stuff isn't data; it's real.
I mean, how can we tell?
Kageki's visor can detect it.
Because I'm scanning it.
Fuck, right, yeah. Nerd.
And it's also not... It doesn't seem to be made up of elements from your own world. It seems to be made up of weird alien elements that you've barely ever seen before.
Which one it is? Okay, do I get a hit on the people that we're looking for?
Roll me a unique roll, and we'll see.
Unique this.
Is this not? Isn't that superior?
Superior is to assess the situation. It's not really a situation to.
Right, he's extending his senses. Sorry.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
yes.
extending the senses. You got a 10, so yeah, you get a hit on the location of the Sorcerer Brothers, and also a bunch of other beings alongside them, but you don't know what they are.
Oh boy.
You like point Taisto in the opposite direction to the way that he was walking.
As I was saying, in that direction.
And
walks in the direction the Kageki points.
And the flame sprite sort of leads the way as you follow. Lighting.
Okay, they also have company, be prepared.
Pardon, sorry?
They also have company, be prepared.
Yes. Yeah,
warning
very
the
prepared. There's a lot of bad shit going on. It leads you through the dark and twisted forest, turning various directions. It seems like almost a labyrinth of a forest. There are various runes carved on each tree. Some that look like moons, others that look like stars. There's some that look really weird, like circles within circles. But eventually you get led to this very long and large stone staircase that leads up to some kind of shrine area. and as you get led up those steps and complain about how many steps there are, you near the top, and you start hearing the faint voices of the sorcerymon speaking amongst themselves. What do you do? Because obviously you have this giant flame fireball thing in front of you that's basically been leading you this way. Do you... Because you'll pretty much immediately alert them if they see that fireball, because they'll just turn around and be like, oh, that's bright. What do you guys do?
Do we need it to see?
You would assume so. Like, it seems dark even though the sky is white. It's really weird.
I do have dark vision on my goggles, a filter, so I can see. Probably. Well, I'll melt into a shadow then and teleport ahead without the light.
We should probably try to. I mean, we can't just jump in and beat them up. So
we can.
Well, we can, but we shouldn't.
They haven't exactly been reasonable yet.
I feel that's the first time I've heard Taisto say, we can, but we shouldn't jump in and punch them.
Character, bro.
Deister doesn't do that. Deister doesn't jump in.
Oh,
and beat
yeah,
somebody.
never.
I mean, in
When
Taisto's
has-
defense,
I mean,
this is probably the first time his reckless has been below 2.
oh right, what is my reckless?
It's at 1 at the moment.
Oh, never mind then. Let's see. We're very close to them, right?
Yeah, you're nearing the top of the staircase and you can faintly hear them talking amongst themselves, as well as some
Alright.
snarls and snaps.
Right. Well, what we need to do, we should sneak close and then engage them. Try to, get them to stop before we need to make them stop. Right? Right, guys?
Well, okay. Is there a way to take the statue without alerting them?
I highly doubt I can teleport it away.
I don't think that's possible. We need to either convince them to stop or then we need to make them stop. But we should
the thing is,
lay
we
low
don't
now
have the
and go
time.
and see what we need to do. Yes, we don't have the time to argue. Let's go.
Yes, lovely. Yep.
So drop the fireball and we'll go, secretively.
How do you get rid of the fireball then?
Right, what was the fireball? I thought it was made by Kagayaki.
No, it
was just there.
It was at the entrance, seemingly waiting.
Oh.
And it's been basically guiding you through the forest, even though Kagayaki knew the way.
Oh.
Okay, so you stay here.
Who?
Does it seem like I don't understand?
It doesn't seem
Yeah, I don't think it does.
It doesn't seem to make any remark at you.
Well, let's just ignore it and go. Let's just go. Then we
If it
can't.
moves, it
We won't be.
fucking moves.
We won't be sneaking. We'll lose the element of surprise, but we know what's coming, so we'll be prepared for it. Let's go.
We go.
No time to.
Sonia, could you just quickly give me a superior roll? I want to see if you notice something, Sonia.
Okay, that's some
Are you superior?
superior roll? Oh, yes, of course. Wow.
Oh, he's clearly in charge of the group.
Yeah, you
Yes,
don't
I
know shit.
noticed. I noticed everything.
That is brilliant. A new thing spawns and kills us because you're on the zero.
You notice that you're on a staircase with a fireball in front of you.
I'm still in the mansion.
Oh, wow.
I'll let you mark potential for that. It wasn't like an actual move, but I wanted to see if you noticed something about the fireball, but you didn't.
Apparently not.
Out of curiosity, do we have an aspel prepared for this?
Do you have a what, sorry?
An aspel, a moment of truth.
I do have.
I have 2.
Lovely.
Yes, Sonia
Please
has,
use the one that
Sonia
doesn't
has
fuck
2 and
over-
Taisto has 2, so...
Please don't use the one that fucks over the power balancing completely.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. The power balance doesn't really matter because it's next to impossible to get that high again without a moment of truth. So
I mean, it's not impossible. You just need to be against odds.
I said next to impossible.
Do the impossible, see the invisible.
And trust me, once you unlock evolutions, I'm not gonna like not present threats that let you use them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's more.
We'll see.
I'm trying to balance it between champion and ultimate right now because of the party.
I cannot wait for the clusterfuck that will be when I will have to find a way to utilize my knowledge twice in a single fight.
It can just be noticing an enemy weakness or making an enemy weakness up. Doesn't need to be elaborate.
You're actually allergic to peanuts. Haha.
Anyway, let's go.
So, sorry, what were you doing about the fire? Sorry?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Doing nothing about the fire. Yes.
Okay.
The only way to do something about it is if I roll unique to do the move, and that's not gonna fucking happen because it's -3. So no.
How is it -3?
I have condition.
Lovely.
And I just put it, just clap the fire away. I don't know. Just.
I mean, I did tell it to stay there. If it listens, it listens.
Alright, let's go.
See, you sneak up the stairs with the fireball still in front of you.
Well, no, we don't sneak because it's pointless. We just go.
Okay, you enter the shrine area. It seems to be like the ruins of like. There's not like an actual castle, but it's like the pillar of a castle, like one of the corners where there used to be like guard posts or whatever. It's just like the ruins of that. It's a big open plan ruin basically, with a big altar at the end of it. It's a very large area, very stone based, and got lots of cobble work beneath the feet. You see the 3 Sorcerermon brothers discussing something with each other at a nearby table. They're sort of sat down around it. It's like a stone table. You see a massive like obelisk in the back center of the area, and strapped to it is a Nari.
Oh.
Right away.
And this Chronomon statue is with the Sorcerermon brothers right now. But the moment you set foot in that area, the light it shines really bright, and it yells out, "Intruders! Intruders!" And then
that feels really counterproductive.
And then you hear the snarls that you heard previously, and look up towards the ruined walls, and on top of those walls, there are 3 Cerberumon.
This is fine.
And one of them pounces down at you guys. What do you do?
So the second dice spots Einari strapped down on the altar.
He's strapped to an obelisk, not an altar.
Sorry, strapped to the obelisk. He and Flame Wizardmon immediately. Let's see. Immediately charge.
There it is.
Immediately charge into the battle, and I don't know if we're gonna get stuck in front of Cerberusmon or not. Are we gonna have to deal with that first?
You're gonna have to deal with Cerberusmon first. He's pouncing.
All right. In that case, as Cerberusmon, jumps or leaps down at us, Flame Wizardmon is gonna flip and do a jump flip twirl in the air and try to smack two of its heads down with the matchstick staff that light up as they flare as they hit at the Cerberusmon. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat with disadvantage.
All right, thank you. Just two notes. I did not check. I don't have a plan, and I'm not checking with the others. And this is a dangerous situation, so I'm gonna
you raise
shift
reckless.
my labels. Thank you. I raise my reckless, lower my kind, and then I'm going to do the rolling. And because I'm angry, I'm going to vent my frustrations at the Cerberusmon, which allows me to roll it with advantage. Since I have disadvantage, I assume I'm just doing the normal roll. Actually, is this brave? Am I being courageous here?
It's very brave to charge headfirst into 3 Cerberusmons, yeah.
Fine
right.
line.
But I think
brave is a word.
you can roll for Digivolution after this roll, I think.
All right, I'll do that. I'll take that then. In that case, I'm gonna vent frustrations anyway.
Okay.
Oh, but where should we get Tim?
Yes, directly engaging a foe.
9.
Cool. We'll resolve that really quickly after we've done the team move to get the team, and then we'll go back to this 9 and see if anyone wants to bump it up to a 10.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot about that again.
Unless
So,
Pablo wants.
does anybody in the team have influence over every other team member? In the
I
team?
do.
I don't believe I do, but Sonia tends to.
You can't.
Yeah.
I also have influence over everyone now.
Okay, so that's 1 team extra. Does everybody in the fight have the same purpose?
Bring the statue and Einari back, I guess.
Save Einari. No, we don't.
Okay.
I don't think we do. Unless everyone else is in here to save Einari.
I mean, we weren't here to save Einari, we saw him after we got here, so
So yes,
True.
no, we don't. We don't have the same.
Does any team member mistrust another member of the team right now?
No, it's fine. I'd say.
And is your team ill-prepared or off-balance to this
Well,
situation?
that one.
I think we are.
Always having technical difficulties, so yes.
Okay, so that adds 2 teams to the pool, so you have 3 teams.
Actually, sorry. Just a real quick.
Yeah.
We remove team because we don't have. Sorry, do we? Are off balance, so we remove a team, right, from the pool.
Yeah, so you start with 1 team from the start of the session.
Right, sorry.
You
Yes,
gain.
I'm going to mark a condition to avoid removing the team from the pool for the fact that we're ill prepared or off balance.
I mean, are we off balance? We did expect them to know we're here.
Okay, so you gain an extra team then. Does anybody else want to mark conditions?
That it will tell them we're here.
Guilty. It's guilty.
What? Sorry, what?
That's the only removing of the team that happens. So only 1 condition needs to be marked.
Oh yeah, cool. So you have 14.
Yes.
So does anybody want to bump Taisto's 9 up?
Does Ivo, does Pablo or Sonia want
Go
to
for it.
help? Should I assume? Hi. Okay, I'll help. So, Higgeki was going to scan Einari immediately to see if he has a barrier around him, but then the Cerberumon leaped, so Sanlupmon teleported him away, and he uses that to throw a fireball in its back and distract it while Taisto attacks.
Okay, so that bumps it up to a 10. Do you want to pick 2 of the options, Taisto?
Yes, I'm going to resist or avoid their blows, and I want to frighten the opposition.
Sorry, you say you cut out for me there. I think my internet just dropped a little bit.
Sorry.
Did you say? Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
So I want to resist or avoid their blows. So as the Cerberusmon is attacking and Flame Wizardmon manages to intercept, they don't get to they don't manage to make their attack or strike. And I also want to frighten the opposition. I assume that they wouldn't be prepared for our fierce counterattack that would, beat them. Where is Fred? Fred, no.
They definitely aren't prepared for the human to throw a fireball in black.
Yes. Yes. They weren't prepared for the resistance. They thought that it would be getting an easy ambush, but they didn't.
Cool. So, you smack that Cerberusmon in the head, and you definitely make them scared because they're not expecting a champion to do that much. But I think their fear sort of it sends them into a panic, and it sends them into a blind rage, and they lash out without a thought of the threat in front of them. They just fully start snarling and snapping, and the other two jump in and start rushing Flame Wizardmon. What does everybody else do? They chomp down.
Can I do the thing now?
Do the thing? Oh yeah, you can digivolve, yeah. So they clamp down on Flame Wizardmon's arms. What happens when you digivolve?
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. 6 plus 3. It's a 10.
Cool. Clear a condition
So,
and tell us what that looks like.
Yes. All right. I will in a second. Just. I'm taking security.
Unleash your soul.
So, as Flame Wizardmon strikes the heads of the Cerberusmon, there's a flash of flame that basically engulfs Flame Wizardmon into a ball of fire that has this glaring, brilliant light of evolution coming out of it, and then with a swoosh of a cape, the fireball evaporates, and there's Mistimon in his shining armor and with the heart of fire and the mystical core dart orb, whatever, waiting to be used, and also this Breathe of Flame also kind of tries to bat the Cerberusmon off, as Flame Wizardmon prepares for the next strike against these foes. But maybe someone else might be able to do something in the meanwhile.
On ya go!
Does Ivo or Elephant want to do something? Because they haven't done anything yet in the battle.
Yes, so Cerberusmon are being taken care of, I guess. Let's try and get Einari off of the obelisk.
There's 3 of them.
How about we trade?
You want me to attack 3 big boys?
Yes. Let me save Einari, goddammit.
Okay. No, well, I'll help you. Let's go, Shipman, and I'll try to run over some of those Cerberusmons to create a path forward for Taisto, if possible.
Cool. So you're trying to give an opportunity to Taisto, right?
Yes.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat with disadvantage.
Wait.
Oh, disadvantage. You see.
How reckless art thou? Lovely, amazing. That's brilliant.
How reckless is
Hey, potential.
-2. Wow. Okay.
Not, not.
All right, so that's the. Oh, right, it's disadvantage.
5.
It's 5.
No.
That's a 3.
That's a 3.
We can't even. It's physically impossible to make that 7.
Yeah. So you see, so I should have gone after Einari, because that was a bad idea.
Yeah. So
Potential.
you fly in on the back of Sheepmon to try and break up the 3 Cerberomon gnashing at Mistymon. But what you don't realise is there's another foe waiting, and as you're about to like push one of the Cerberomon off of Mistymon, a very large hand grabs you.
Oh.
No, it's Alphamon.
Yes, of course.
It's spiked, very like bony, thin fingers.
Oh
Squeeze
god,
you
no,
tight.
no.
And Ice Devimon steps out of the shadows and says, "I'm sorry, but I can't have you interfering with our plans." And he squeezes tighter, and you start to be encased in ice. Ivo, do you want to help? Does Pablo want to help?
I'm completely lost because Intune wasn't working. What?
Okay, we are at temple, so the Society are chilling by themselves. 3 Cerberomon are attacking us, Einari is on a pillar, and right now, Ice Devimon is squeezing Sonia.
Okay, yeah, sure. I guess I can help. Assuming that Gazimon's with me, which I assume.
Jesus Christ, yes, he is.
Okay, that's important.
He's currently
Thanks.
Dark Tyrannomon.
Oh, perfect. So I guess I was thinking Dark Tyrann could, try and attack Iceman with a fire breath to make him stop attacking Sonya or whatever.
Sure. Give me a directly engage a threat roll. Actually, roll to defend Sonya, so it's
I
savior.
can't believe Ice is fucking dead.
Okay, and defend is what?
Savior.
That?
Defend the savior.
But I think you have something else on your sheet, right? Let me just double check it.
Yeah, I was checking
I
that.
think it's only for rivals and...
Yeah, I think is it Zachary or Sonya that's your bond? I think it's Zachary.
No, it's Zachary.
It's Zachary.
He's
Okay,
busy
cool.
T-posing.
Yes, it's just
so...
it's just savior then.
Yeah, then I have +2. That's nice.
Nice. I
And
can also help in my own way.
I'll get a good roll, maybe. Who
Do
knows?
you have influence over Sonya? Because if so, you get another +1.
Oh, I need to check. I don't think so, but I'm gonna check.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, I do apparently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's +3 then.
That's a +3.
Nice. I barely
8.
succeeded. Holy shit.
Neat.
Nice. So on an 8, you protect what you set out to, but not without cost. You expose yourself to some sort of danger, but because you protected somebody, you get to choose one of the following. You can either add another team to the pool, take influence over somebody you protected, so in this case Sonya and Pillowmon, or you get to clear a condition.
Why is that still Pillowmon, by the way?
It's Sheepmon. I'm just saying over Pillowmon because Pillowmon is like the character overall in my head.
Okay, good.
No,
like
I'm
the
going
one
to
I was
fight with
before.
Pillowmon, fuck you.
It's like...
I just don't want him to be confused. Like you have influence over Sheepmon, but not Pillowmon. It just be a bit weird.
Come on now.
I guess I'll add a team to the pool.
Okay, cool.
Lovely.
So there is currently 4 team in the pool now.
That is really good.
Cool. So you blast a fireball at Ice Devimon, and he releases his grip on Sonya and Sheepmon, but he immediately turns his focus to you, and
Yeah.
he unleashes. When you blast his hand, he lets go, but then immediately slams his hand into the ground, and it creates these ice pillars that shoot up from the ground and start spiking towards you, and anybody around you. So I assume also Taisto and Kageaki are around there, but it's mainly directed at you. And he's
guys.
obviously targeting fire because, it's his big weakness right now.
That makes sense.
Dude.
What do you guys do with this ice coming towards you?
Well,
Can I neutralize it with some bombs, with some wool bombs? Just...
What would that look like?
making a huge barrage of wool, so it could intercept the ice, maybe making a huge cushion, so like it has no trouble going forward. I don't know.
Sure. Roll to defend
Let's use
everyone.
physics. Oh
Lovely.
yeah, defend everyone. I could use I'll save you, but I could miss and have another potential.
Lovely. Yes.
I will probably. I will try my luck. Defend.
Raise the heavens on the mountain of our corpses.
To defend everyone, Savior
Should be high, I think, hope.
Yeah, Savior is good. Let's try this.
We're all salvaging people. Nice.
Nice.
Well,
you
I
saved
didn't
everyone.
get. I did it.
You get to pick one of the options. Do you want to describe what it looks like when Sheepmon saves everyone from the icicles coming towards them?
Like every bomb explodes on impact with all of the icicles, breaking them into small pieces, coming back, stopping dead in their tracks, and as the rate of fire of the wool grenade is superior to what Ice Devimon can do, and so his attack cannot harm us, cannot touch us, because we already know what he's doing. He already fought us once.
Meanwhile, I want to try and hell. Okay, there we go. I want to use my visor speakers and enhance them with a simple rune to create a powerful dog whistle and confuse the fuck out of the Cerberumon.
So what you're wanting to do is make a very, very high-pitched noise that just hurts their ears.
To use the noise of a dog whistle but enhanced.
Okay.
Would you say that's something only I can do?
That's definitely something only you can do.
Wield my powers it is.
Actually, technically, Cutemon can do it.
No,
He manipulates sound, right?
I guess.
Yes, but he can't also enhance the sound with runes.
I suppose. But he can make very high-pitched noises, as we established when he could speak to Stingmon through the high-pitched frequencies.
But he's not here, so
Killing
only
people
Kagayaki
away.
can do it here.
Sure, I'll give you it then. Go for it.
Hooray!
Usually it's...
Name.
When it says no one else can do it, it means literally nobody else can do it but you.
So he can never do it. He can never do anything. There's always someone who could do it.
I mean, there's always someone that could do it. I mean, like, nobody normal could do it. Like, or nobody in your, like, immediate, like, circle of friends could do it. Like...
Okay, but the thing is, I am the one who knows the specific frequency that I'm... And it would take time to explain it to him.
Sure.
And I'm also using my DJ knowledge to enhance it.
Okay, so you got a 9. Does anybody want to sister push it to a 10, or is 9 fine?
Sorry, this is
wield your
provoking.
powers.
I don't think a 10 actually helps.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so on a hit,
Since
choose
we
one.
only neutralize the threat, at least for now.
Okay.
Would you also say that is activating my crest?
Sure, that is activating your crest. You used technology and done something knowledgeable. Roll to digivolve. I want to describe what happens to the Cerberusmon though. So, the high-pitched frequency that only they can hear has them like drop to the ground and start whining and clawing at their own ears. They're very confused at what's going on and what this noise is, but they're in a lot of pain right now. You can see their data like shimmering as the sound hurts them that much. And then your Digivice glows a bright purple.
Oh no!
Welcome
I
to the
also
club. Alright.
clear guilty. It's not useful, but I'm going to clear it anyways.
Cool. So clear guilty
Alright.
and describe what your Digivolution looks like.
This frequency blasts at the sound only. I cannot fucking speak. Or the sound blasts away at the frequency only they can hear. Sunloopmoon will howl at the non-existent moon, and turn once again bipedal, his claws turning into countless rapiers, or he stands there ready to probably fight.
All right. Seeing as the Cerberusmon are now distracted, Taisto and Mistimon take the opportunity to break from the fight and just beeline to the obelisk to try and stop whatever the Sorcerymon are doing. The Sorcerymon are there, right?
The Sorcerymon are around their table still, which isn't near the obelisk.
Right.
Okay,
so Taisto is going to run and make it straight towards Einari, while Mistimon is going to leap into the air, propelled by fire jets or whatnot, and then he's going to strike down from the sky at the Sorcerymon with the Heart of Fire engulfed in flames for one strong and powerful attack on the evil sorcerers.
Okay, so I want to frame what will happen next if this is your course of action. The statue is right next to the Sorcerymon. If you swing down with the Heart of Fire, you might damage the statue. Are you prepared to have that be a consequence?
Let me just real quick see. I did not take with great power comes an even greater beating, so yeah, I'm actually fine with this. That's not gonna be. That's not gonna. What's the chance that that's going to be, something that happens?
Wasn't it Taisto that broke the last one, or?
Let's not talk about that one, please.
You really want another one? The one we're specifically here to salvage.
Okay, well, if you're okay with that, roll to directly engage a threat with the Sorcerymon, and then
I shall do that.
And then we'll see what happens.
Shouldn't he have advantage or something? Because level difference?
There's 3 of them, so they have numbers advantage, and he has level advantage, so it evens out.
Yes, but they are chilling at the table.
Sitting at the table.
Imagine if they're stupid enough to just sit in.
Plus this is their home territory. They have all the tricks up their sleeve here.
Here goes. That's a 9.
Nice.
9.
Nice.
Oh.
So on a 9, pick one option.
Anyone want to help with that, by the way?
Yeah, go for it. Go, Pablo.
I can probably help with precision in order not to break the castle, the statue.
I can help protect the statue with wool bombs, if need be.
Me or Pablo? Who? Pablo is busy actually, so me.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
Matadormon will send some of his, was it Thousand Arrow? Will send a precision attack of 3 rapiers towards the Sorcerymon as well.
Alright. So as the 3 rapiers fly towards the Sorcerymon, I imagine that they might be. I'd like to say, for the purpose of that, this is my move, that they're going to first try to, do something about rapiers. They spot the rapiers first, and then they get out of position just in time for Mistimon to, wail down on them from the sky.
Yes, if I can make the choice to have the rapiers force them to get away from the statue, I would do so.
Yes. All right. I want to take. So that's a 10 then. Yes, that's a 10 in that case.
Yes, it is lovely.
I want to resist or avoid their blows, and I want to take their. Basically, I want to force them away from the statue.
Okay, so
I
you're
want
going to take their position.
away their closeness to. Yeah, I'll take their positioning.
Cool. So,
Away
so they obviously fire back at you, and the rapiers force them to move slightly away from the statue, and then you get between them and the statue and like blast them with some like fire sword magic, which they deftly dodge out of the way of, but they're obviously not happy about what's going on here. What do they do? Let me see. Let's see.
This is going places.
I think they are insecure.
Also, God, having two perfects feels nice. Let's make it a third. Come on.
So
Does Sonya actually have that?
I think like what happens is you like create space and dodge all their fires, but they have a trick up their sleeve. One of them steps through a portal and appears next to Einari, and he grabs Einari and points a wand at his throat.
Wow.
And says,
Man.
We don't want you to ruin any of the fun we have coming. Young
Let him go,
Digidestins.
you bastards!
Call off your lapdog, and perhaps we can discuss your friend's safe passage. I mean,
He's not.
we do need him, but you know, once he's served his purpose, we don't have to dispose of him. We're reasonable people,
First of all-
Digidestins. We just want our master back.
First of all, he's not my lapdog, he's my partner, and second of all, you're going to let go of Einari, or I'm going to come there and break your jaw. I'm not going to abandon him twice.
I think he sighs at that and says, well, have it your way then. And his wand starts to glow a bright blue.
Tries to bolt
It's like a
and tries to,
blinding,
tackle.
it's like a blinding light. So like Taisto's charging in and he's getting blinded by the rays.
He doesn't care.
Can I try to countercast and protect?
Matador
Since-
definitely can.
Lovely.
So, first I want to have... Well, if you're going to interfere, roll to interfere first.
Alright, so
Alright.
Let me see. Is there a...
6.
I'm pretty sure there's an actual interfere
who-
move. 1 second.
Is there?
I don't think there's an interfere move. There's a defend.
I haven't seen interfere.
I'm sure there's an interfere move. I might not have just put it on the sheets.
Really?
So that means there is no interfere move.
20 episodes before you realize this.
Just 1 sec. I'm just going to double check if there is an interfere move.
No.
No, there isn't.
I would much rather roll save.
There's a provoke, and then there's defend.
I would much rather roll defend, thank you very much.
Right.
Where's interfere? If there are others using it for like 2 interfere, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, there isn't an interfere move as far as I can see. I'll have to have a scan of the rulebook when I have more time. But I'm pretty sure there was one. But yeah, this would be to defend Einari.
13.
Who is doing the rolling? Me or?
I'm countercasting.
But there was like if I wasn't quite clear which of us was going to do it first.
I
Was it not me?
thought that
Then-
thought it
Higgeki
was me.
I thought Kageaki was countercasting, and then you were going to try and save.
All right, let's go with that then.
Let's go with that order.
It goes perfectly anyways.
So
It's a success.
So you successfully turn off the ice spell that Sorcerymon's casting against Einari.
No, that. Thank you very much.
His sword, his wand stops glowing, and Taisto gets a clear vision of Einari. So Einari is safe from the ice magic, but Taisto still has to save him from the obelisk and the threat of Sorcerymon being right next to him. Taisto, do you also want to roll to defend Einari?
Yes.
I think you can do it without disadvantage, just because Kageaki's disabled the spell that's happening.
All right. I don't have influence over Einari, right? Well, I'll get it this way.
I believe. I mean, you have a shared backstory together, but you haven't seen him in ages, so I don't think at this current moment you do.
Also, by the way, because I'm pretty sure I can. I should have done this ages ago, but I'm going to freely give influence over Taisto to Einari.
Okay.
Same for me and my dad, and I'm pretty sure I should have influence over.
Anyway, here we go. That's a 12. So
Nice.
So, describe how you save Einari from Sorcerymon.
Alright, so what happens is that since Sorcerymon's wand stopped glowing, Taisto is able to interject and push the hand pointing away, while Sorcerymon is like, what's going on with my wand? Taisto takes a it's called mora in Finnish. It's a type of knife that you use for camping, and basically just cuts the ropes and starts carrying Einari away.
If only you had a big sword.
If only I had a big flaming sword. Yeah, I know. Too bad.
Alas.
Alas, yes.
Meanwhile, Ice Devimon...
Also, I take since I get to choose one. I take influence over Einari.
Okay, cool. And Kageki, sorry, you get to pick one as well. Which do you pick? Team, influence, or conditions? Is it? I think it's conditions.
In that case, I am going to clear Afraid, because I'm going to need to actually attack potentially.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ice Devimon is holding off Dark Tyrannomon and Sheepmon. He's slashed through the woolen barrier that you put up with Sheepmon. And he's currently... he's going all in on you two, because he knows that he can't take the ultimate level Digimon yet. He wants to have that power, but he doesn't yet, and he knows it. And he doesn't want you guys interfering in this plan, because this is his way of getting that power. So I think he tries a different tactic, and I think actually, instead of clawing through the wool, I think Sonia, you hear Ice Devimon in your whispering in your ears, even though he's nowhere near you.
That's reassuring.
And he's whispering about, don't you hate this world too? How no one ever does the right thing? How misguided the people in charge always seem to be. Don't you want to obtain power? Don't you want to help us? I don't understand why this is something you're opposed to. Surely this is the Sorcerymon and I are working towards everything you and your friend have ever wanted. And those whispers of doubt start creeping in. What does Sonia react to that with?
It's been so long, I'm not sure, but we know what the plan of the Sorcerymon is, right? They want to...
The plan of the Sorcerymon is to free the Ice Sorcerer.
Free Ice Sorcerer. And the Ice Sorcerer wants to freeze the things, right?
You don't know what the Ice Sorcerer wants.
We don't know, yeah.
Basically, what Ice Everyone's getting at is the powers that be have sealed away this Ice Sorcerer for an unknown reason, other than the fact that he had a big battle against them, which got him sealed. And he's saying, maybe they're wrong. Maybe we're in the right here, and you can't always trust what the people in power say.
Well, that would cut deep then. So she should be. Well, you want to free your master. I get that. But what does your master want to do? I was under the impression that it was going to be something really bad. You can't trick me, okay? I don't believe you more than. But no. Well, are we in the right?
I have my marker ready. I am ready to tick the box.
Pablo, say something.
Okay, then.
Mutes himself.
You were so much.
Can do the rest of us see what's going on with Sonia?
No, you're too busy saving Einari and fighting off the Cerberumon and whatnot.
And I have to keep the frequency going to keep the Cerberumon in check.
But I want to focus here on Sonia for a second. Sonia, those whispers of doubts, because Pablo for some reason isn't doing anything to help and decided to meet himself instead.
Dick.
Rip.
You get a vision. So, can somebody change the music to something more mystical and less action-packed? Just for a moment. We see a familiar scene. It's not familiar to Sonia, but it's familiar to one of the flashbacks that we had previously. So it's a scene with a medieval Dukemon, and
Medical.
It's not medical Gallantmon, it's medieval Dukemon.
Please use official terms.
Do you want something more evil, or is this fine?
Something more mystical, I suppose, but it doesn't really
I
matter.
can't even hear it.
This is about as mystical as...
This will be fine. So we see a scene, familiar to us as an audience, but not to Sonia, of Wizardmon and medieval Gallantmon, medieval Dukemon, sorry, discussing that they require the Digidestined to be summoned to this world in order to save the Vortex Warriors' lives. And we see, from a different angle this time, the Ice Sorcerer hiding behind the wall, listening in on that conversation, and saying the infamous line that he mentioned before, which was, I think it was, "I'll do it," or something along those lines. I think that's what we said that he said, right? He was something like, "I'll do it," and then he walks down the corridor. But instead of staying panned on Wizardmon and medieval Gallantmon, medieval Dukemon, whatever you want to call him, the camera follows the Ice Sorcerer, still silhouetted down the corridor, and we see him gather several of his students. These involve the three Sorcerermon brothers that we know of, as well as some Ghostmons, some Candlemons, a few of more ice-inclined denizens, such as Bullokomon, Crispeldramons, and he gathers them and starts letting out a big speech. And he says, "My students, I gather you here today with a mission. A vision of the future that we cannot allow to pass is coming. I have just heard word that the Vortex warriors are dying, and everyone gasps at that notion. Protectors of the digital world unwittingly is something that they have been for the past Lord knows how long. But their time is coming to an end, and we have to save them. We have to take it upon ourselves to take the necessary steps to summon the Digidestined to this world. Or the digital world. Now, I know this is going to sound terrible. And it's something that once we do, we cannot take back. I want you to understand that. But this is for the greater good of Witchenly and the digital world. And everyone starts murmuring between themselves. And he says, we're going to unleash an ice age upon the digital world. Having such a giant threat overcome the digital world will surely bring the Digidestined into the world much sooner than intended. Yggdrasil will have no choice but to listen. And then the Digidestined can save them. Can save my friend. And then the vision ends. And you're snapped back to reality, Sonia. And your Digivice is glowing a bright pink as that happens.
Doesn't feel very well thought out.
Wait a minute. So it was
just as I knew.
So it was just all to bring us. What? But.
By the way, I don't think it was Ice Devimon giving you that vision. That was your own powers giving you that vision.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that right now Pilomon becomes our angler or devil?
So, Tonya will be really confused for a moment. So, if that's all you wanted, why didn't you tell us? I don't understand. Who should I believe? Come on.
You remember previously how the Sorcerymon have never actively sought to attack you guys. Every step that they've taken has been to dodge or flee from you.
Well, they sent us an egg and transformed it into, a frenzied Digimon.
They also murdered Leomon and sent him after us.
No. They sent Leomon and Mojimon after the statues, Sonia realizes.
Yeah, but they still murdered to turn him into a zombie.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, stupid statue is Vortex Warriors stealing away those poor Digimon too. Oh man, why do you bring us into all of this? What did we do? You know how much people want the Digidestined. This legend doesn't mean anything. I see. Okay. Well then, screw you. Okay. If that's what you wanna play, I won't listen to your to this. I won't listen to your games. I'll break the statue. Okay, if that's what you want.
Don't do that.
There's no.
I'll just, bring everybody down, and maybe we can talk like civilized people and not punch each other. Okay, no, calm down.
I think Sheepmon beneath you is like, Sonia, you okay? What's going on up there?
It's fine, Shipman, it's fine. What's going on is just we've been in the wrong apparently. Again. We've done bad things.
We've done bad things? Well, what do you mean? We've only been kind, remember? We're gonna bring smiles and happiness to the world.
Yes, that's what we want, but that's who's to say the wizards don't want to bring peace to the world either. Huh? They just wanted to free the master back, and apparently we're just brought there as part of their grand plot to save everyone. So they just didn't mention it to us, you know? But apparently they're on our side, I guess. I don't really know. I'm just to hell with it, okay? I'm sick of all of this. I would say that the bright pink probably turns into a deep purple instead. The confusion,
It becomes our devil.
The sorrow of losing all of these Digimons. She's unsure of who to believe and who to put her faith in. It seems like everywhere they go, they seem to be in the wrong, and she's starting to get sick of it. And so, as ominous music plays now,
I love the goat.
Shipmon seems to be surrounded by dark energy and will transform into a new form, into a much darker form. Evil. Well, it's still looking a bit sheepishly, you know. But there's something wrong with it. And behind those eyes, beyond this, it still looks unassuming, but unassuming and quite comforting, actually. At first glance, you wouldn't think anything's wrong, but the aura behind it all, is distorted, as the intent of this Digimon seems different than before. As you see something resembling kind of a sheep, kind of a goat, kind of this thing. How cute, how nice, and yet, why?
Wait, what?
Oh, some weird
That?
things.
It evolves to that?
It evolved into this. Yes. Strange, isn't it?
For people listening on the stream that
Sleepmon.
can't see the chat, it is Sleepmon. I'm assuming, Sonia, you're using your alternate evolution moment of truth.
Why? Ultimate? It's not really
No,
ultimate. It's
alternate, I said.
alternate. Yes, yes, alternate. Yes, indeed.
Cool. So you have full control over this scene and what happens next. Just out of curiosity, are you using another crest? Is this like one of the other people's crests, or is this like a new crest that's been born for the darkness? It's like the crest of darkness or something.
Well, it's either a crest that has been corrupted, so it would be the opposite of what it's supposed to be. So, but I don't know what it would be for, like the opposite of friendship or kindness. I don't know.
What,
Or
cruelty?
cruelty. Maybe.
Crest of Darkness is a thing, by the way.
What?
Crest of Darkness, it's a thing. It's literally a thing.
Yeah, Crest of Darkness is a thing.
Well, let's go for it. The crest of darkness is. It is the opposite of my thing, so.
There's also like Vanity, and I don't remember what the others were.
Probably the deadly sins or something, I guess.
Right, Sonia, because we have 1 minute left in the session, describe the first thing that happens, and then we'll leave it on a massive cliffhanger, and you can complete your moment of truth at the start of the next session.
I will say that as you gaze into its eyes and some weird dark energy going behind them, everybody suddenly falls asleep. Everybody. As cracks start to form into statue.
Cool, and I think we get a close-up shot of the cracks in the statue. And like one starts to form over the face, and then the eyes of the statue start to glow. And then as we cut to black, we hear and the session ends there.
No. So Sonia was Chronomon all along.
I can't get it to mask.
I don't know why Chronomon laughs like that, but I love it. Yeah, so let's do end of session stuff, and then I think I'm not going to get this time just because we've left it on enough of a cliffhanger that the statue's breaking and Sonia's digivolved into this dark form, that we can sort of continue that at the start of the next session. I just didn't want to overrun. Everybody, let's start with Sonia because she's just used her alternate moment of truth. Have you gone closer to the others, further away from the others, or into your own image?
Definitely not closer to the others. Well, Pilamon, but that's something. I could see either one. Probably just into my own image. I would bring Savior down because obviously we didn't save anyone in this, and apparently we were just playing in the hands of greater powers by coming here, and we just screwed everything up. So Savior down and Reckless up, maybe?
Okay.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Next we'll go with Kageki.
That's very good question. This is a bit of a mess.
It is.
Well, I am very much going to be beating them up. So I'm going to lower kind because I'm not buying into their bullshit at all. And raising superior. Yes.
Okay. And Pablo, if you're there still, I don't know if he's still cutting
He's
in and out.
not.
No, he is gone.
He's
gone.
left.
Okay.
Yes,
in that
he
case,
left us
Taisto.
in the cold. The dark digimentals are darkness, pride, desire, and tenacity.
Let's see. I think, well, he's not here, which is a bit sad. But I think Taisto has actually grown closer to the others. I assume that this others is limited to members of the team. So,
Yeah,
in absence of not being able to... Yeah, so in the absence of not being able to pick Einari, I'm going to say that Taisto also grew closer to Pablo because of their, finally getting Pablo to open up at least a bit and share some vulnerabilities was a change of pace, which is very welcome. So he gets to fuck me up, and I'll clear a condition. Can I clear sleep?
No, you cannot clear sleep.
Hopeless.
In that case, can we clear drowsy?
Cool. And everybody, you get to mark an optional potential if you would like to.
Always mark
I
potential. I didn't get a single potential, by the way. I rolled my ass off, didn't get a single potential.
Nice.
I missed all of my rolls this time, it seems, so I gained a lot of points. I will level up.
Yeah,
Yay!
you're proper catching up, Sonya. You're almost at the same rate as
Yeah,
like
level 7,
Kagayaki.
baby.
Yeah. You're only one behind Kagayaki.
I will.
And Kagayaki is one behind me actually now.
I
Two,
will mark a label.
I'm at 4, 8, 11. I'm at 11. Kagayaki is
I
9.
want to point out, Sonya, it might make sense to swap all your labels because of what's happening right now,
Yeah.
but that's just a suggestion.
Maybe.
You don't have to take that. I'm just suggesting it.
Yes. I'll check what labels would make sense actually. So I should have still a -1, -2, +2, +1. Like the values are the same, but I swap them around. Or I can do like, yeah, well.
Yeah, so you keep like -1, +2, +1, +3, -2, but you just swap them to different places basically.
Different places. Okay. Let's see. We'll see. Savior will be able to do it. I'll use another color to make sure. Like purple, yeah, purple. -2 Savior.
Oh no, it's purple.
It is purple. -1 kind. Oh, that's fine. It is spade. Unique.
You are allowed to keep
can
labels.
stay the same.
You're allowed to keep some of the labels in the same place so long as some of them have swapped. So it's up to you if you want to keep.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, reckless probably should go. Then
Will the next episode be a nightmare episode then?
The next episode can be a nightmare episode, if we've wanted to be.
Sounds like a nightmare episode to me.
Sure, I'm happy to have another nightmare episode. Hopefully, it's not going to be flashback hell, but it'll be a nice, fun.
It doesn't need to be a flashback hell. It can be a weird nightmare episode
It could be a
without
weird
being a
nightmare
flashback
episode.
hell episode.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, next time on Digimon Vortex, nightmare episode.
All right, next time on Digimon Vortex,
we die. Just die.
I don't know. I want to say something, but I also don't want to force it, and
Yeah, I get it.
I don't want to be self-centered or greedy. Let's go with that.
I mean,
I don't. Next
hopefully
time on Digimon Vortex.
to the next episode.
Next time in Digimon Vortex. Let's see what I can do. The children learn how to might learn how to work together as a team and as a group of friends or whatnot. Friendship pays off. Let's go with that.
Hooray!
Hey. We learn valuable lessons in friendship. Yay! Anyone else?
Oh, you already gave mine. Oh,
Sonia?
Mm,
You don't have to go anything if you can't think of it. It's just nice to have like ideas of what you want to see next time with your characters.
Not
and
sure.
story and whatnot.
Maybe we finally talk to the Sorcerymon to know what the fuck is up with this, and maybe understand more of what's going on.
Sure.
Now I know what's going to happen. Like next time on Digimon Vortex, the children are on a crash course with with each other. Their conflicting ideas are going to create chaos, and we meet the future of the digital world in balance, or I don't know, something like that. Excitement.
Hype.
yep.
Cool. So I've got
Right.
friendship and learning how to work as a team, a nightmare episode, and the Sorcerymon having conflicting ideals and talking through those. Cool. So, as always, thanks for coming to the session, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And we'll pick up next time on the big cliffhanger of Sonia's alternate moment of truth. And I'll just make a note real quick that you're doing that. And then, the next episode will be next Thursday, right? Unless everyone can't make it.
I believe all 4 of us should be able to make it.
Cool.
Hope.
Yeah, so at least like, so long as 3 of us can make it, that's great. Sweet. So yeah, next
I
Thursday.
didn't get any points.
Did everybody get to mark off their bingo boxes this time, after curiosity?
I have a
Still
quite
didn't have a
few
bingo
listeners.
card. I'm sorry. I keep not having a bingo card.
I didn't know if anybody had got on a bingo yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think got like 3 bingos.
It's pretty good. What do I get? Give me stuff.
You get to be the star of the next episode.
Kageaki
Oh,
size. Wow. Okay. Taisto does a dramatic entrance. Technical difficulties. Moment of truth. Well, what does the first word say in the Chronomon is being weird again?
Mom, Caramon is being weird again. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Mom,
Military fucks
which you
off.
at the very end you gave it to her.
Fred the Truth.
Yes, at the very end. That was so nice.
Just double bingo on that one as well.
I love how the problem could be solved by guns, but isn't. That's a great one. Yeah, you were incredibly close to a full bingo. It's just unfortunate that that Ivo had technical difficulties, so you couldn't tick off that top left, and you didn't have any guns with you. So, yeah. But yeah, good session, guys. I'll catch you all next week.
Next week will
Next
be
time,
Saturday.
everybody.
It's really nice to have you being consistent again.
Yes. Oh yes, it's true. I agree.
Nature itself almost fucked us over, but we powered.
Yeah, I powered through my eldest to be here, so yeah. And let's hope we don't have Ivo's technical difficulties and the storm dies down in Argentina, so that he can participate more next time as well. And let's hope that Zachary can make the next session, and everything's okay with him.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, I'll catch you guys later.